the South, way of the South, or whatever the it was.
Wait,
it was
you telling
woke.
me the woke black-led female
Wow,
game failed?
I can't believe that failed, buddy. And that studio's buddy, what about Scribble Knots or whatever the that studio's getting closed down, buddy. Yeah, Scribble Knots, no more Scribble Knots or whatever, buddy. It's game over.
Go woke, go broke. It's our lead into the quartering segment, isn't it?
Yeah, quartering went woke, buddy. He went broke.
So I did locals.
You know,
Quartering's
Quartering's trying to create an album now. He's got his musical ventures. He's talking about he's pulling a review tech. Like him and Review Tech, the same dog. Yeah, he's tagging all of his guys from college that he used to be in this band with, saying they need to reunite to make the album and finally make it. The
Tim Pool method?
Yes. It's coming out soon, boys.
Midlife crisis.
Midlife crisis, engage. Brad Cool dunking on him for it. Brad Cruel's been going off. Brad Cruel has actually deployed end game, saltier, scorched earth measures. He's canceled his coffee brand coffee Roaster's Choice subscription. This is serious. This is end of days. End of days stuff.
Is liking my tweets, by the way.
Oh no.
We follow each other.
Yeah, we took all your biggest fans. Isn't it tough? Because Jer's prediction was he would turn all the trolls into fans. But in fact, his fans are becoming trolls. It's tough. It's tough, isn't it, Jer, buddy? Jer's having the toughest, buddy. Jer had his toughest stream yet. No. So he showed up an hour late today. The stream, he announced at the beginning that he had Lyme disease. He had been bit by a tick. He was now allergic to meat and would never be able to eat meat again because of Bill Gates genetically engineering the tick. And he was going to have Lyme disease and go insane. He then started showing us photos of the tick bite while telling us not to post them on Kiwi Farms.
What?
I know. He's like, I'm not going to show you it, even though he showed us a picture, because you're just going to post it on the farms. Way to show that the farms is rent-free in your mind, and you spend every day seething and coping, and your life revolves around appeasing your Kiwi Farm strategy, mongoloid. Then he starts to be like, okay, let me do the news. And then his dog has a seizure because apparently he can't afford the medication for his dog. And so he starts yelling for his wife to handle it. But his wife told him to get fucked. No, he didn't. So,
I saw on Twitter.
Heather told him to get and figure it out himself. Then he came back hours later with a passive aggressive seethe at Heather for not figuring it out for him. And then he started begging everybody for money to pay for his dog's medication. And if we didn't give him the money, the dog might have the big seizure and kick the bucket.
Okay, what the is wrong with him?
And it's what the buddy? And this insane. So somebody on Kiwi Farms went back to Jer's Thursday stream that I just couldn't bring myself to watch because I was Jared out. And it turns out Jer decided to have the most demented take on the McJuggerNuggets saga I've heard yet. Where he aborted the Down syndrome baby, right? Yeah. So Jer's take was not that the baby's life should be saved because it's like a soul and Jesus would want the baby to live. And it's Jer's take was he ruined the financial opportunity of a lifetime.
What
this was Jer's take.
Wait, to grift off the Down syndrome baby?
No, yeah, he said start Down syndrome farm. He's he goes, have you ever you go to the zoo, right?
What?
Or no, this is what he says. He's no, I'm not kidding. And he's dude, it was 18 years of content. What was he thinking? And Jer's I'm getting emotional thinking about all the money that he wasted by not doing this. No, he did. No, he did, bro. It was It was insane, bro. He's like, you just do a 24-hour live stream of you raising the, and it pays for itself.
Like a family channel, but it's a Down syndrome family channel.
I'm like, everybody thought this was scummy, like
it's
back
the real
with Shay Carl and shit.
Shay tards? Like
the
literal?
Real Shay tards, the literal Shay tards. This was some of the most twisted. And even Melanie Mack's like looking at him like, really? We're doing this? There was like the unrecorded segment. You know how Phil does the unrecorded bag?
Yeah.
Where it's not a part of the upload? So Jer is like recording the video and then he stops the recording and goes, I'm stopping the recording because I'm going to say something kind of up. He's like, you know about the zoo? You know? Like, it's like, what do you mean you know about the zoo? It's like, yeah, if we just got a bunch of these Down syndromes and just filmed them, we could make a It's like,
but Ash, we already have that. We already have that. It's called the Special Olympics.
If you know what's, you know what I mean? It's like, if you know what you're saying is twisted, bro, and everybody will think you're in the head for coming up with this idea. Maybe don't say the idea. I'm sure it's occurred to all of us to just collect a gaggle of and exploit them for money. And it's called the Learning Channel, TLC. But like,
isn't that what you're doing with me here as the co-host?
Oh, there we go, buddy. There we go. But I'm the one who can't run OBS. So really, I don't know
who's the.
It turns out
retard.
Both of them are. It turns out it's codependent retardation.
I gotta say, I said this to you earlier, but it's so funny. Last night I was doing locals, and I'm like, I haven't checked in on quartering in 3 or 4 days. It's like the longest I haven't seen him. I wonder how he's been. I click on his channel. It's just him all angry, and he's like, we're starting the race war. I'm like, what did I miss?
What do you mean we're starting the race war, buddy?
I'm like,
what
okay, let's go.
And it's like, out of all people to just start talking about the race war, it's Jer, like the most milquetoast, fence-sitting, moderate guy, always staying out of trouble. You know he's desperate.
Yeah.
You know times are bad.
And the video
when
had
Jer's
15K.
Like, the race war.
15,000 views.
And by the way, he says like the business is saved and like this. We'll get into it, but it's not saved.
There's a lot. Yeah, we have a lot today, guys. But I don't know.
Do you know what? I said this during the preview video, but I'll say it now for those who missed it. So Jer's whole take about the race war is that black people are so bad that white people any day now are going to get in their trucks and just go to the ghetto and cleanse it. Like, wouldn't that have happened like 6 fucking years ago during George Floyd? If that was going to, like, what are we fucking talking about? That's not going to fucking happen anytime soon. Unless shit drastically changes, unless material conditions in America, like there's a famine and people can't fucking eat, it's not going to fucking, like, what are we talking? This is like Tim Pool was like, it's a civil war any day now, bro. It's like, we wish.
I mean, but then I watched the video.
This ain't happening, dog.
So I was watching the video. And I was like, okay, so is there a race war? Because the Carmelo Anthony thing, he starts to proceed to say stories of like
burn. They didn't even burn one 7-Eleven down. They didn't even burn down one drugstore. Okay,
I know.
Like, if they can't even burn down their local McDonald's, there's nothing. There was no riots.
Exactly.
And Josh Moon canceled our recording session like last week because he thought there were going to be chimp outs.
Oh, you wanted to do some live show?
There ain't going to be no chimp outs, dog. Like, I saw there was like less than 100 people in front of the courthouse. Sure enough, no one gave a truly, but it's like, oh my God, the black people.
Well, I watched the video, and the video is just him saying 3 separate stories of black crime instances. And I'm like,
well, that's every day.
Yeah.
Jared, go to Old Block. Like, I want to see Jared go to Chicago like Corinne. Go to O Block and show us like the black people in their natural habitat. You know what I mean? Like,
if we
make it like a National Geographic documentary. Fucking, go out there and like examine these uncontacted tribes of O Block, Jer, please. He should dress like he's in a safari outfit. That's what we should do, actually.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, what is it, Rexdale? Is it Rex? What is it in Toronto?
No. Are we going to go to Rexdale?
Rexdale?
Or what's it? Jane and Finch?
No, thank you.
Jane and Finch, buddy. I'm not going down there, buddy. That's scarier than Chicago, buddy.
As you know, it's like if we had to do a show about black crime, it would be a 24-hour stream of us going. And
then there was another black person shot by another gangbanger. Oh, guys, hold on. We couldn't even finish fucking reporting on all of it. Well, yet another package stolen off of a porch in fucking New York. Well, I have no idea what happened, guys.
Shocking.
Hey, shocking. Black people committing crime. Who could ever imagine? What? Ain't no way. Breaking news. Water is wet. Black people steal. The sun rised today, and it will set. Woo.
I gotta show people before we continue with all these promos of what we're doing.
So we got it all in. We got the sports segment, the switch segment, the racism segment. Are we missing?
Still.
I know.
How?
Oh my God, Carmelo's dad. It's like, listen, the guy's already in jail. He's getting.
Look at this.
Okay. But it's like, now we got to put his whole family in prison. It's like, don't worry. The justice system will get to them soon enough. What?
The crisis? All in caps on YouTube?
Yeah, so what's crazy is Jer did this whole segment about how he couldn't use the word only to then call it the crisis. I guess because he got like massive backlash over everybody calling him a cuckold because he couldn't call a and had to like call it he didn't even call it an essay. He just called it the worst thing that could happen. And it's like, well, there's a lot of like things that can even be worse than that. Like they could be flayed alive.
Yeah, torture.
Well, like you could take a blowtorch to them while you them or so, like, you know. He's like talking about how it has to be a family friendly video. It's like, sire, there's no way to talk about in a family friendly way. He's like, well, I can't reach the families unless I don't say. Why are we trying to reach children with your message about like what?
What?
Like, bro, shit was like twisted. Like, what do you mean? Like, it has to be advertiser friendly. You're talking about he actually get to the point where he's talking about somebody breaking a beer bottle off inside of a woman's room. And he said that this happened 250,000 times, that women were with broken beer bottles. And I'm like, surely that could only be like 20 or 30,000 of the rapes happened in that way. But apparently all of them, according to Jer's report, were up the ass with broken beer bottles. And I'm just like, okay.
This is the ultimate
review. Somebody get Oreo on the line to watch this video. Hey, bud, you want to watch Jer talk about
and Nicholas Oreo stat?
Anyway.
By the way, Ralph's been having a weekend.
Has he ever? I don't even know.
Edited,
like,
I edited everything. It was tough.
Andy's been like pulling overtime on this extra days off, and I still don't know everything that's happened because the situation changes every few minutes.
Yeah.
There's another live stream of some crazy crackhead bitch rambling and blah, blah, blah for 7 hours, and Rekieta's talking shit, Ralph's talking shit. They're all leaking DMs of each other, snaking each other. This guy's wife, this guy's girlfriend, this guy's wife. They're all cuckolds. They're all. I just don't even know. But the biggest takeaway from all of it is that Ralph fell out of his chair. Which is really the only thing. I'm going to be honest. The only thing I give a shit about, put it on. The only thing I give a single shit about is Ralph falling out of the chair. All of this, you're gonna go to jail, Rekieta. I'll f your wife. It's like, none of this is happening, you know? And Rekieta's like, I'm gonna sue you, Ralph. This is defamation. It's like, no, you're not. Like, holy though, Ralph's hunchback exposed for all in sundry to see. He's got the J for Joker hat. Just flying, buddy. Well, by the way, we got LT Harquad for 35 subs.
Go, LT Harquad.
Dramatic discussion for 26 subs.
Let's go. Big support.
Parody Pencil for 10 subs. No Tremia for 5 subs. Gingivitis for a sub. Low Temp Dabs. Kruno 777. Hambone is a cock. And Zeverine, all for gifted subs as well. And we have Hycerian for 10,000 kicks.
Big support.
And Bulu Cthulhu for 25 subs.
That's how you start
Willie
a Wednesday.
the Composer for 5 subs. I'm losing my mind. Whoa. Anyway, he says, hey, boys from Hycerian. Hey, boys, still behind in episodes, making progress. Here's some pennies. I've been throwing cash at Hannah Claire. I even got Twitter verified so I can start reaching out to her more efficiently. No. Fingers crossed she slides into my DMs with, listen, Hycerian, when you're throwing around bands like that, you know Hannah Claire will be around soon to it, buddy. Oh, there'll be more than for you, pal. You'll be rearranging her insides worse than the kid she gave birth to, pal.
She's dripping.
Stretch it out, buddy. Well, we just got Cuck Carter as the competition. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm shocked Jared didn't fuck her at that point. Like, holy shit, Cuck Carter. I can't even believe, like, what was Hannah Claire thinking, dude? Holy.
Making sure we got everything. We might have missed.
Well, there's a lot.
Else?
There's Phil's Floppy Bacon for 2 subs.
No drama here for 5 subs.
Ballin' Ball Nuts for 5 subs. Shystein for 10 subs. Skyrim the Pilot. King Jares by Bull for 5. Jack Mayhoff with a sub. Willie the Composer for 5.
Low Temp Dabs.
Force Tony for 1,000 says, we discussed that when you go full in on Angry Joe and he responds like the dent he is, that will double your viewers, turning his dents to Kino fan. Buddy, we're going to felt Joe, the likes of which he's never seen before in his life. This stream about the election, I can't believe nobody ever harvested this. That I've seen anyway.
No one watches Joe.
Well, no one watches his live streams, right? But like, holy shit, this was insane. Like, he was just losing his mind about Trump, and he's like, Bernie should have won, and it's like so stereotypical, bro. It's just like every Bernie bro on the whole internet. That's Joe, and Joe's like just spiraling, like getting drunk out of his mind, but. What it really is, as you're going to see later on, is the origin story for how we ended up with the Joe of today. At that time, Joe was already starting to put on a little bit of poundage. He was already stress eating once Donald Trump destroyed his boy, Jeb Bush or whatever. But oh my God, once Donald Trump was elected president, Joe just couldn't stop eating. And he hasn't stopped eating for like 10 straight years now. It's over. Done, bro. Like the image. No, you're gonna pull it up. It's shocking. Go into the folder.
The one that you sent me. Yeah. I got it.
No, I got a different one.
Oh, you got a different one.
It's even worse. It's even worse.
How?
This piece of shit is getting to be fatter than I am. I'm not kidding. So if we go into the Joe folder, it's 1.5.
There's a lot of folders today.
And you just open Joe.
No
look at him.
way. You
Look, this is real. No, this is real. This is from his most recent, look it up yourselves, his most recent angry review on the James Bond 007 Daylight or whatever it's called. Look at him.
Did he like
Look at him. Bro. Okay. So we're going to like take it back to the beginning of this arc. How he became like the Mexican gardener. I pissed off Pablo. It all started with Trump. Look, it's real. No, it's real. It's damn real. Look at this. It's even worse when you pull up. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Who the fuck is that? Did he eat other Joe? Like, holy man. Like, he's got to be at least 300 pounds now. I'm not kidding. Like,
buddy, that jacket barely fits him.
That jacket, bro. Look at it. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, Joe.
In a long time.
The jacket has got to go, buddy. That jacket. Look at this, dude. Look at his cheeks. He's got to be like an alcoholic or something.
He looks rosacea a little bit. No?
When you watch this election coverage of Joe, he had like 4 different snacks, at least on the fly. He's like eating just a bag of chips into the microphone. He's got like a churro. He's just hawking down that churro. He's got like donuts and like mini powdered donuts. He's just like, just making the worst noises you've ever heard, and then just slamming Dos Equis and tequilas. It's like,
Mexican
could you not be? No, I'm not even like. It's like, this is so stereotypical. And then he's like freaking out about the illegal immigrants getting deported, and this is like the SS, and you can't do this. And it's like, brother, could you try and be less of a stereotype, maybe? Is it possible, please? Like, this is crazy, Joe.
All right, 7 out of 10. The game's more of a 6 out of 10, but I agree with that. But we'll watch that. I'm excited for the Joe. Are you excited for the Ralph versus Scarlett phone call? That was 6.5 hours. That I brought down to 40 minutes.
It's going to be great, buddy. I'm sure it's going to be Kino.
DSP calling me a monkey. I'm an ape.
DSP he's rattled, bro, because his kick support,
buddy, he unbanned everyone.
He had to unban everybody out of desperation, and no one's come back.
No,
people are like, we're done with you, Phil. And it's what he deserves. It's what he deserves.
I tried watching Phil. By the way, Don Flurgan Diaz, watching him last night, watching Phil. Even Don's like, what's happening? Like, what is this stream? Like, even like, you know what I mean? It was really.
We got High Syrian for 10,000 kicks. Says, go. I will fill up those rearranged guts, Hannah Claire. Carter can watch. By the way, I'm now the top kick donator to the casino. It pours.
Whoa!
Well, he's the top kicker of all time. But he's not yet the top gifted sub giver of all time. In fact, Hyserian, I don't even see your bitch broke ass in the top 10, dog. What's up with that?
Wait, this is bullshit.
You gotta sprinkle in some subs with your kicks, buddy.
Wait,
it's like, Phil, now guys, the kicks are pretty good, but what about the subs?
Bonsai Superstar in chat is saying that Phil's lying because he's not unbanned. He didn't unban everyone. He probably just unbanned.
Well, no, okay, we're gonna see it play out firsthand today. And he was demanding that people tell him who to unban. So it was the job of the audience at home to tell Phil who needs to be unbanned. It was twisted. This went on for like 15 minutes. No. Tell me. No, really. Who's supposed to be unbanned? Well, what am I supposed to do? It's like, just unban everyone. Mm-hmm. No. I can't do that. Now, guys, you're going to have to email me at darksidephil. What? What the f*** are you talking
on for
45 subs?
Big sub. By the way,
huge from High Syrian. There you go,
High
buddy.
Syrian, man. Thank you so much. And hi to all the new followers.
He's coming for you, chick thriller. You thought you'd be in the top 10 forever, but High Syrian's hot on the trail, chick thriller. I'm worried for you, chick thriller. I don't know.
Bye.
Anyway, we got threading the Sneedle for 5,000 kicks. Eminent Demon, I do have the video where DSP said Kat never wanted to go to Japan. We'll probably do that either today or tomorrow. We're going to have to start getting into the show because we have a lot of material. Threading the Sneedle says, Suffer Hyserion, how does losing your top spot in less than 2 minutes feel, bish? Did that really happen? Did he really lose? He did. That's tough, buddy. He made it all the way to the top, lifetime top kickers, and threading the Sneedle just dethroned him after all of the top. That's tough, buddy. That's tough. Mr. Inferno, 1994 for 10 subs.
Let's go.
Triforce Tony for a sub. Raymond blocked me on X. What the
Why?
First of all, your name in and of itself, it's like, what did you expect, bud? What did you expect? Okay. He goes, I have besmirched the great Raymond. I have now been granted clemency and can in his chat. Praise be Raymond the Merciful.
He's the best.
Well, there you go. I'm glad you repented of your blasphemy against Raymond, buddy. The Jer Bear Stare has gifted 10 subs.
Let's go.
Swallow Cost Survivor with a sub. Jay Nijam for 5 subs. Phil's Floppy Bacon says, Ralph is what Philadelphia Collins would have become if Phil ate only half-eaten dirty burgers from the trash. What you looking at me get for? The mustard tiger Phil Collins there, buddy.
Oh, by
Canadian
the way,
Heritage moment.
Yeah, so I've been practicing Street Fighter 6, Phil.
Oh, he's coming for you. Lawbreaker for 5 subs. Demon Psychiatrist.
My Capcom name, because I have Andy Worski, but I have a separate Capcom account to hide. So when he fights me, he won't know it's me. And I'll be doing it on OBS. Phil, you ready? You ready there, bud? Oh, yeah,
we got Lambo Calrissian for 5 subs. Mr. Inferno says, take my money, take it and start co-streaming on Rumble to take that money from Jer. Be the jock that knocked Jer over for his milk money at school. Well, Rumble's been making some offers, but honestly, they're like broke as a joke. So I don't think we'll be going over to Rumble.
No.
Rumble needs to offer us
1 million each.
More.
1.5 million each.
Them to go over to that dirty ghetto when there's a great website called kick.com
Kick's been good to us, and
we need $1 billion.
It would have to be so much money that Eddie would understand.
Rumble is like the food bank for streamers, buddy. It's brutal. Review Tech Mongolia says, hey, Andy, since you're into JRPGs, you should check out Crystal Project on Steam.
Okay.
Play it on hard for an extra rapening. And we got King Jer's Buy Bull for a sub. Good old Lady Rose says, thank you for your always great shows. Sleazy Drunk says, you guys seen the Hassan clip where Hassan justifies begging for subs DSP style and gets called out? I did not see that. But his sub count has apparently dropped off dramatically. I think it's like half of what it once was. Almost like the moment you start buying mansions. No, Hassan.
Right.
Almost like the moment you start flexing your car collection and your mansion and the Beverly Hills, and people are like, why would I give this guy money again? Like, this guy,
$10,000 pair of glasses.
You know, like
$8,000 jacket. Like, you aren't even spending your money smart. Off.
Fuck you, and you come from money also.
Exactly, like dude.
Hysterian for 10,000 kids.
Let's go, big support.
Says, hey, Sneedle, if you're gonna pass me, at least do it properly, like me with 10K. I will not be denied Hannah Claire's or the top of the leaderboard, bish.
Whoa.
Are you just gonna take that laying down, Sneedle? Really? He just owned you, bro. Just bought and sold your ass, Sneedle.
That's tough. Bye.
That's tough, buddy. He just dropped that Benjamin Franklin on your head. Your bitch ass Ulysses Grant. Is that who's on the American 50? It couldn't make it, buddy.
Whale Wars.
Whale Wars.
Oh, that's what we do. Whale War Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, we demand the whales.
That the whales come forward and compete for our muse. Is that right? That's how it works, eh? You tell the whale, hey, whales! Where the our money? It's Wednesday. Hey, cough up. What the Hey, pay up. Capiche? Figure it out, Whale.
It's like Tony Soprano.
Oh, hey,
on,
where's our tank? Hey, what's going on, huh? You got to kick up to the boss. What the fuck?
Now whales.
You go to work?
It's
now
Whale Wars Wednesday.
It's Whale War Wednesday.
What happened?
And yet, what happened? I only see like 200 subs. Like, what? Really? Yeah, you guys are supposed to come up with 500 subs each minimum. It's Whale War Wednesday. All right.
Film too, bro.
Well, no, he's just too much of a pussy to actually do that. You know what I mean? Like,
our Woe Buddies has the best segment, in my opinion, because it's so unique.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be
I'm
good.
So
but we got
excited. Are we?
Mr. Inferno says, "Whoa, buddy, Hycerian, take it easy on the wallet over there. The rest of us can't keep up. Let's see Ralph fall out of the chair, and then let's go into the rest of our Whoa buddies. This is the single high point of the show. I'm warning you all. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
You can see Ralph's hunched back. Like this is. Look at this, man.
His head's too low. Like
Quasimodo. Like why are his shoulders like that? It's like his head's like coming out of his chest.
His neck is right here. Look, his neck is right here.
Oh
like,
man!
What? Oh, you saw that live.
Look,
you saw that live. So she told me about that.
Oh my god! Look at the fucking hump on his back, bro. Like holy shit, he's a humpback fucking whale. What the hell is happening, buddy? We got a hunchback alert. Hollering hunchback alert. He's a misshapen freak.
Is that not
He's got
scary?
Cushing syndrome. Holy buddy, that's grim. Oh, bring it back.
So she told me about that.
Watch this. Bro, the chair like did like a 360 flip. It did like
Tony Hawk.
Bro, what the fuck was that? Bring it back. How
you
did
saw
this
that live,
even
so she
happen?
told me about
Bro,
that.
this like hunchback though, like it went like that. How does that even happen? It's like if it went like sideways. Like it's not like you fall backwards like this. He fell out of it sideways. The chair just did like a flip, like it just gave up. I don't know how fast this. This is crazy. How did this happen?
Yeah, the way he wipes his nose.
He sniffs his fingers like an animal, hoping there's poo on them or something. I'm not sure. Then he goes to like place his massive girth upon this chair. The chair immediately rejects it. Look, it went sideways. How does that even happen?
I think he sat on the corner of the chair. Like he lost the chair.
It went sideways. Oh my god! It is the major question. Is the chair okay?
Is the chair okay?
His dorsal gunt exposed for all and sundry to see. His dorsal gunt fin. Fuck. People have such creativity when it comes to mocking Ralph, you know?
You'd think after 8 years, 7 years,
listen,
it would
some new fresh blood is being injected. For a long time, it's been kind of stagnant, you know?
Yeah.
But now with Mr. Mediker leading the crusade, just
man, great
righteously stomping out the rage pig and all the other sewer dwelling. It's good to see.
Yeah.
It's good to see. And people are making fun of Ralph again, which is fun. But I just don't know how much longer this can go. Like,
but we've said that for 4 years.
I know. I know.
We've said that for 4 years. Every year,
Scarlet
like,
it's the Ralph Hassans. The Ralph Hassans is here, my friends. It's back. A new golden age.
The golden gunt age.
The golden gunt age. We got LT Farquad for 15 subs. Hycerian for 10,000 kids.
Thank you, everyone.
Whale Wars. I'm going to jump back whale Hannah Claire until I whale her. Casuals. and threading this needle for 10,000 kicks.
Let's
says,
go.
hey, Hycerian, imagine the ick Hannah's going to get when she sees you lost your top spot immediately. Twice.
Well, I think he jumped back up, right?
I think he edged you out, buddy. I think it's over. Dramatic discussion for 10,000 kicks.
Wow.
Says, bet I'm the only woman on the leaderboard. Suffragette the quarterler and threading this needle for another 10,000 kicks.
Let's go.
Says, nice try trying to get ahead with another quiet 10K drop, Hycerian. You're getting into a war with a Jew.
No.
Well, the thing about that, though, is yes, Jews might have a lot of money, but they're traditionally very stingy and cheap. Mm-hmm. That's why Gabe Hoffman's not on the leaderboard, because the most he's ever given is like $20. And because he gave us $20 a handful of times, he's in our DMs now until the end of time, trying to tell us how it's gonna.
We owe him a lifetime of.
Listen here, Goyim. I've donated $200 to this program. What are you gonna do for me now? Are you gonna show for Israel? It's like, well, we were already doing that for free, sire.
Well, he's like, I can't donate, or they'll think that the Jews do pay you. And I'm like,
it's like, how they already think the Jews run the show, so just give us money. This is his excuse, by the way, for why we don't get the multi-million-dollar Jew money payout. It's like, you people have this reputation for a reason. For sake, you stingy bastards. Are you? He's like, listen, I can't. They'll think I'm running the show. They already think that. Can't we get paid for? No. I'm afraid not, Goy. What? As a matter of fact, you owe me $25. What?
He's like charged back all the 20s he gave us.
He probably did, and we didn't even notice. But he probably have to go back and audit the Hofsters donations from 4 years ago and be like, this scammed us all along. Shit. Taco Lunchables car for 5,000 kicks. Ooh. Down goes Frazier. Gabeinator with a sub. That's got to be Kane. Says, someone said to me, Ralph didn't fall out of his chair the other day. And my response was, only a matter of time. Called it. It's like days without falling out of his chair, though, isn't it?
It is. It actually is.
It's like the first time. It's like, oh my God, this is so funny. That'll happen again and again.
Well, everyone last night was like,
it's had to have happened
Ralph
at least 12 times.
And I'm like, yeah, I've seen that like 3 times.
Yeah, but no, it was different. This time, like, it went like fucking sideways up his ass.
It's a new way each time. Feet up.
Yes.
Fall down. Chair flies. By the way, I cut that stream thing for Friday to edit.
And we got canned pears for 10 subs. Huge. It's going to be an awesome segment Friday, guys. We got some really good cooked up. Medieval Spawn for 10 subs. And then we've also got Grave Rob says, Weebski, what's your opinion on Chrono Cross? Not as good as Chrono Trigger, but it fills me with nostalgic joy.
Yeah, that's the take right there. That's the take. Yes, you're right.
And we've got Carnivaxis for 5 subs, and it's a me, him for 25 subs.
Big support. Let's go.
Triforce Tony with a sub as well. Let's get into our
and Dipshit Phil for a sub.
Dipshit Phil.
Thank you.
For a sub. Let's get into our Woe Buddies. We're starting off with JF Gareppi.
Wow.
Now, this is going to be a precursor to a much larger segment on this that's going to be done on the Friday show, because today, of all days, is the anniversary of Mama JF disappearing / being murdered by JF.
Negative clap.
And for whatever reason, JF decided to make a whole event out of this. I guess it's the only way he can get attention in the Big 2-6, make any sort of money at all.
200 viewers, big pull.
I think he quadrupled his viewership. I think he has like 50 viewers or less most days. Come in there and see like 20 viewers. But JF decided to celebrate with a bunch of unhinged Twitter posts And then he did a live stream an hour before this show that we have now archived, and we have a copy of it.
I just got
that was one of the most twisted and sick things I've ever seen, where the whole time he's just telling all of these embarrassing stories about Mama JF, dragging her name through the mud, admitting that she's probably dead. And it's like, there's no reason for this, JF. You're a twisted individual, like just sick. So there's going to be a big segment on Friday going all over all of that. Now, a lot of you are new and thank God don't know who JF is. Back in the day, JF was Andy's best friend.
Stop.
They were lovers.
Stop.
They loved each other.
No.
They went to Amsterdam together. They made love and held hands. No? Anyway, back in the day, JF was
what
Andy's...
the fuck?
Hi, Syrian! For 50,000 kicks!
Jesus Christ!
Woo!
50,000!
Just like Hannah Claire's, I will not be denied the top spot, Sneedle. Well, there you go. So you can sit there and watch like Carter and rare tricks for 2,000 kicks. R.I.P. Mama JF. He won't keep getting away with it forever. Well, if our useless law enforcement has their way, they will. They can't seem to solve a case involving a missing woman to save their lives. If you're looking to disappear your wife or girlfriend,
come here.
You just go to Canada.
Easy.
And they're just like, absolutely, sir. It is legal to kill your wife or girlfriend here, sir. We won't even look. What if I bury her in the back? Absolutely, sir.
Hi, Syrian. I don't know how to thank you.
What if I brag about it for years on the internet? Absolutely, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Seriously, guys. Wow. Holy.
Let's do a quick recap here.
Thank you. Whew.
JF was a complete nobody bum until Andy Worski graced him with his presence, lifted him up from obscurity, and gave him a massive platform to spur.
You, JF.
I made you, JF.
I made everything that you hang off my nuts, bitch. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. And they had a show together, Worski Live, which featured endless debates about the ethno state. And Andy tried to make the dry topic of the ethno state for the 1,000th time a little bit more palatable to normal people. And I grow tired of your low IQ interruptions, Andy. A spoonful of sugar will never make the medicine go down, you swine. You will not burn your for attention on this program. This is serious political or whatever the right? So they had a falling out. JF went his way to basically never, ever approach those heights ever again.
Maybe for like a month. Remember he was with that girl. Who was that woman? The one who does like all the edgy Moonman stuff.
Oh, it was oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh God. What's her name?
She does the
Will Stanton show. Emily Eustace, right?
Eustace, yeah.
Emily Eustace was talking about nuking Africa.
And then when
JF
he banned
was
her,
like,
then he's like, yeah.
Emily, you cannot say such things. We must comply with the YouTube TOS.
No, like, shut up, you stupid bitch.
Yeah.
You stupid bitch. Yeah.
It's like, JF, do you actually think that complying with the YouTube TOS is going to not get you banned? Are you stupid? So he got banned from YouTube, eventually came back, all this. But he's ever since that point, he never really came back. But he was an interesting character in the sector because he had a sordid past with mentally women. So it turned out there were all these court documents, like he got with this like freshly, I don't even know how old she was, like 20 years old or something like this. Woman, and the parents, like he married her and the parents stepped in and got the marriage annulled because she legally was too to consent to a marriage. There were a couple of other examples of this in the past. And then there was Mama JF. Now, Mama JF was like, she was like, now, I mean, some people debate, was she just French, you know, because they sound pretty, but no, she was a potato.
She was extra French. Extra French.
she was extra French, right? And she would like, JF would have her do these bizarre humiliation rituals where she was like cooking very poorly, and then JF would get blackout drunk and he would eat these meals. And Mama JF would tell these stories that made no sense about how she went out to Peru to hunt for gold and she was Agent 007. And these are some of the best episodes of this show, honestly, was us covering this Mama JF stuff. Some of the funniest stuff ever. A lot of it is lost to time. Like,
we watched that
the Century
3-4
Egg
times,
JF.
right?
Yeah, every year around Christmas time, we go back and watch Mama JF's Christmas Cooking with JF. It never gets old, right? But one day, Mama JF went missing and was never seen again. And ever since that happened, JF has been making all sorts of really suspicious posts, basically saying he did it, but didn't, you know? Like mocking the authority, doing all of these crazy
also
live streams about it.
His house with bleach the week after
and
she went.
Child Protective Services was involved, and there was the Real Housewives of Alberta were investigating him, and he basically like fled the country, or at least he fled the province. He fled multiple provinces by his own admission. The police were after him at his mother's house, and he had a police chase with the cops, which I don't even know. Like, he's such an unreliable narrator. It's hard to know how much of this is true. But now he's living somewhere in like rural bumfuck Saskatchewan in like a 500 square foot shack with like these kids, and there's all these stories of neglect with the kids, and they don't know how to be trained, and JF isn't feeding them right. This woman that lived with JF did this whole expose. What was her name? Not 10 out of 10 or some shit.
Yes, 10 out of 10.
It was crazy.
And
it really was.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like that. And then the lawyer, there was an Asian lawyer who helped him move all the things from Mama JF's name into his name. Like, but it was like, was that real?
Stan and Badol or whatever.
That was like, it's all been Halloween.
That was like one of the craziest streams we've ever done.
And it's always in October, by the way, these updates.
And it somehow is. I don't know why it's like Halloween theme. This was like our very own true crime adventure. And it's like, are we going to be in a Netflix documentary one day? Like, and that's when they knew. Like, you know what I mean? It's like Andy's going to be interviewed. I'm
like,
this
I survived. My book is called I Survived.
I survived the story of abuse at the hands of JF or whatever. Right? And JF is just this creepy. So anyway, he's writing these posts today, and he did this live stream. So we're going to go through it. Okay.
Yeah.
So today, June 17th, marks the 3-year anniversary of the day Mama JF left our home voluntarily to go on a risky hiking trip, and then in all likelihood died of completely natural causes in the process. Okay, there's no sketchier way to write that than the way that he wrote that, buddy. That's like basically admitting you did this. No, like, oh my God! Like, voluntarily. Why are you having to say that, JF? She voluntarily went on a risky hiking trip, and in all likelihood died of completely natural causes. Now, up until now, he's always maintained that she has been alive. Other than like a few times, he'll slip up. And like say stuff like she was alive. Like he'll like slip up and like reveal like using past tense that she's probably dead, right? But like this is twisted. So then he goes, one of the last things that Mama JF told me when she left was that I should seek to find a new wife as hard as I could. Are you kidding me? This didn't happen, bro. Has anyone ever experienced this when your ex leaves you? They're like, please find someone else as soon as possible and impregnate them. Please, like, what? This has never happened in the history of any.
Happened?
Bro, and she's like, she's a mother with his kids, and this is what she's asking him as her final wish. This is insane. This is insane. Okay. was that I should seek to find a new wife as hard as I could, as she would not come back ever. That's okay. Come on.
No, that's not what happened. No,
that's not, bro.
No, that's not what happened at all.
She said, "I will never come back because I am going to die." Like that didn't happen. Okay. Unfortunately, up to this day, I have been unable to fulfill this order of hers, and I am still single. I wonder why, bro. Is it because you write creepy shit like this? I do hope that there is a woman out there. Okay, he's really taking the piss with this. I do hope that there is a woman out there with the culinary acumen of Mama JF who will want to continue life with me. She was the worst cook of all time. Like, this is insane. This is insane, bro. Like, he did it, didn't he? He did it, bro. This is okay. Here are 3 cakes that Mama JF had prepared over the years. One of the things people do not know about Mama JF is she was an extremely skilled baker who had the passion for advanced cake technique. The cake of Mama JF will be included in white people food, which will be available in September, October. So JF is using this memorial post of his dead wife to shill a cookbook that he's going to be selling in a few months.
What's up with cookbooks and coffee? Is that all they know how to do?
It's called white people food. You mean food? Like, I don't know. Here's to hoping I can find a new wife with as much culinary talent as Mama JF.
Wow.
So he made a few more insane posts. Spring is the ideal time for insemination.
Stop!
That's because women are generally incapable of true love. They love a man because they need to find a home and not go homeless. And a lot of these rent rotations happen in the spring. As the despair of rent renewal and economic... No, he is like a Batman villain, Caius King. This is twisted. As the... Like, what?
What's
like
the
his
name?
whole, like, his mating strategy. I love how his mate...
I don't know. He has to be like a clay face a little bit, right?
The potato masher, but it's like we have to fix it up. You know what I mean?
Ash, look.
I survived. They said he just wanted a debate. I should have stayed off his radar.
Read this. Read the tag. Some legends don't stay on YouTube.
Okay. So I love how JF's entire mating strategy here is that women have to him to avoid homelessness. Like, it's not a good thing, bro. As the despair of rent renewal and economic tightness sets in and the tree begin to bud, the human female begin to soften up. She starts simulating and acting like a being capable of love with the goal of capturing a provider male. Thus, males who have had poor success dating in the past should try again by synchronizing their search with the season in order to successfully capture an insemination target. Bro, maybe it's that you keep calling women insemination targets that you can't get laid. Just saying, like, it's pretty creepy to refer to a woman as an insemination target and say that you're gonna they're gonna die on the streets or you're, you know, like that's. It's not really good, but it continued.
Oh, no.
So Roughman asked, do you think Mama JF will return to you in spring? I think she must be in her mid-30s now, so she may have only one breeding season left in her. Like she's an animal. This is how he views. JF goes, I'm looking for other women mostly. Rough Man says, has Mama JF lost her breeding rights with you? More or less, yes, certainly lost exclusivity. Now my policy remains full insemination at all time. Okay.
Okay.
One more?
Jeff, I was just, damn you, ChatGPT.
He's twisted, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
We have one more here. just installed a new bed in the studio for fan sleepover. He's being predatory towards his fan. I struggle to believe that there's any women left in the JF audience, but
is there no blanket on the mattress? It's like this mattress.
No, but like he's destitute, bro.
Is that
he can't afford the blanket
because it's a new bed. That's why. But who says installed a new bed?
What do you mean you installed a new bed, bro?
You put a new bed. It's placed
on a bed frame, I guess. Like he built the bed frame, maybe. But I don't even see if there's a bed frame or if this is just right on the floor. In fact, with how low it is to the chair, I'm pretty sure he just put the on the floor. So he didn't install jack, buddy.
Okay.
He didn't install anything.
Okay. Before we finish this, I got the Batman villain. I had to bypass some ChatGPT security protocols, but someone in chat thought of it. I'm making it right now. Is there any super chats? I think there is a few.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of them. We got LT Farquad for 5 subs. Lambo Calrissian says, I want to bang HCB, but can't run with a dog like Hyserian. Guess I'm going to try and get a sock from Grace now.
Jesus.
He's going to start Lambo, buddy, stop it. That's tough, buddy.
Okay.
Don't do that. Get some help.
Okay.
Jimmy Gianni for 2000 says, let's all just hope iDubbbz didn't move to Canada after watching JF and it was just him scared about his coach.
This is not what I meant, by the way. I meant to make him a separate image.
Hey, wait. He's debating your bum, buddy?
No, hang on.
Time to debate your bum. The Inseminator, a.k.a. includes 8 pages of comment section nightmares.
That's not what I tried to
Whoa, buddy! You've been inseminated by JF, buddy.
No, chat. I swear I wasn't trying to make it like that. You go. Is there any more? No.
Yeah, there's a bunch, buddy. We got Lightbulb Head says true intellectuals know is the sweetest. Is that you, JF? JF, is that you, bro? Like. What the fuck? And then we've got Threading the Sneedle for 10,000 kids.
Let's go! Damn! Fuck yeah!
Saying, Hyserian, you've bested me for now. I'm up for a promotion in about a month. I hope you and Hannah find happiness until then. Frankly, even after a month from now, you can keep her. Was never interested in the first place. Plus, I think her dad might kill himself if she started dating a Jew. Well, that's why you should do it, Threading the Sneedle. Don't give up, bro. Don't let your dreams be dreams, bro. You could find a way to pound out Hannah Claire with your circumcised shaft, buddy, and make her dad Peter cry. Peter Brimelow's gonna cry tears as your circumcised sausage pounds his daughters. Okay, well, actually, not. What am I talking about? Her cervix. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Manu Monte Huyani for a rage quit says Bolivian here. Think Chrissy Mayer? Chrissy Mayer? Holy I remember 10 years ago. Like, wasn't that when we last talked about whatever happened to that bitch? Does anyone know?
I have one update on the Ralph folder.
APB out for Chrissy Mayer. Does anyone know where she is? Oh, man. He says, think Chrissy Mayer would let me give her a brown child to use as another shield just for me to get U.S. citizenship and leave Bolivia? That bitch will do anything for cock.
I think that's the easiest way.
Yeah, dude, that bitch, you got like $20. You got Mr. Andrew Jackson. Chrissy will spread him.
An old Benji Frank, huh?
Oh, man. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at Styx.
Friend of the show.
So here's the Styx update. Styx has tweeted out that his level of sanity has declined significantly. Sanity alert! Insanity alert! He says despite being in constant pain. Let's go! He's gone crazy! And he's in constant pain!
Let's go!
He promises to be there in the gap to fight for you, my little minnows.
What?
What does that mean? That's creepy, bro. What a spastic. Then he says, we are taking the day off due to loud in YouTube. Is this a royal we? Like, who is we? Like, is this like, is he schizophrenic? Does he have a headmate now?
And we haven't talked about him in a while either. Who's he talking about?
I know.
Because we are the loud
this happens
retards to
more
some.
and more, sadly. Service will be reestablished soon.
Service? So, like his...
No, I don't know.
His
like,
show
is he servicing...
a service?
LT Farquaad for 20 subs!
Let's go. There it is.
Woo!
Okay,
the Inseminator, Gotham City's fertility fiend, creator of questionable logic. The only thing he debates is your mother. Part man, part myth, part Gotham's most unsettling mass debater.
But I'm gonna.
Man,
we're gonna make all our lolcows of Batman villain.
There you go. Okay, so then we got a continuation here on the Sticks update. So we can see here his most recent video. Oh man.
God, I'm autistic. Like,
I'm autistic. Is that a sticker? Like pause it when. Like, where is the sticker? It's like around. Where is it? Like, look at those teeth. They're just
like,
bro. Those teeth are gone, bro.
Oh.
Or is it back there? Like they're all brown and black and.
Right there.
He looks like he's been living. There it is.
Okay,
he looks like he's been living in a terrorist cave, like for years, like being tortured by Al Qaeda or something. Like Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man. Like,
but
he hasn't
didn't
seen
get out
the sun or had a shower or a shave for decades. Like seriously, he looks like a hostage of like terrorists in Afghanistan. Holy.
I'm making this sticker right now. No, he looks like Robert Downey if he didn't get out with the Iron Man suit.
Down syndrome.
Like if he stayed in the cave.
Crumb Bums the second for 5 subs. And Chrissy's crying toddler says, "Mommy left us because I have Downs." Oh, that's brutal. And Suffelby has just subscribed. Sticks, brother, it's time to turn yourself into the law.
Yeah.
Like, you can't keep living like this, man. Look at this. This is disturbing stuff.
I'm just adding this sticker real quick here. Which one am I going to delete?
The rotting vampire. Someone just called him in chat. He is a rotting vampire.
It's called Sticks.
Buddy.
Wow. It's called Sticks. Wow. Because wow.
No, but wow. But wow. And there he is in the thumbnail of the video. Why this is the thumbnail, I don't know, but like zoom in.
Oh, look at that. That's his villain stance, isn't it?
He's like Nosferatu, buddy. This is rot maxing. That's fucking bad. So that's our Sticks update. He is so irrelevant, so lowly. He's done.
We will eventually, hopefully, watch that documentary like that. It's really good.
It might be tonight, but I'm not making any
The
promises.
problem is
probably
the Ralph
Friday.
shit was a lot longer than we expected.
I know.
That was the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I expected it to be pretty long, but it just kept growing and growing as a segment.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about a Joker here that we've covered one time before.
This best clip.
And we're going to bring it back to when we covered this guy originally. And I believe this was in November of last year. So this character is Shift00. And what this guy has done every day for the last 10 years is play SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom 8 to 12 hours a day on Twitch. Now, not only does this guy hold the world record for speedrunning Battle for Bikini Bottom, but he holds the world record by a full 25 seconds. Now, if you know anything about speedrunning, which chances are makes you either gay, trans, or autistic, or some combination of the three, then you know how impressive it is to hold the world record in any video game by 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Usually it's a matter of tenths of a second or like a second, maybe a couple seconds.
Well, they'll make videos about how they shaved off 1 second. There'll be like a 4-hour video about how all these autists took 0.4 seconds off Mario. And you're like, what?
Now, this guy's life is suffering. Because he's basically like the less infamous DSP. This guy is so mad because his whole life is playing this game and he's never got the accolades that he thinks he deserves for playing a children's video game from the mid 2000s, 8 to 12 hours a day for the last 10 years. GameCube, PS2, Xbox. It was on all of those systems. Okay. And everybody makes fun of him. And like they break his concentration. And in order to do this game, no one else can do it. He's the only person in the world who can do it like this. You have to do all of these glitches and you have to be like frame perfect to nail it. And these speed runs of this game take a while.
Like, one mistake, it's reset.
And you have to reset.
Yeah.
He used to reset over and over and over again. So here we're going to have a look at one of his best crash outs of all time.
Yeah.
And then we're going to show you guys what happened with this guy earlier this week, finally released from this hell. Okay.
Guys, this is the great. I know some people are like, what? Speed running? Trust me. This is
We're going to give this now. We may not finish this whole thing, but we're going to give him 2 or 3 minutes here and you guys will decide.
And then
if you want to see the rest.
No, the new crash out is I died. Okay, here we go.
This is what I deal with every day. Every day I deal with this I'm trying to speed run the hardest game ever made.
Wait!
The hardest game ever made? What the fuck are you talking about, buddy? He's taking it so seriously, bro. It's a game for fucking babies, buddy. Beat this shit when I was like 7 years old. It's the hardest game in the world.
He says that, but then he cuts to this image of SpongeBob.
Yes.
It's the irony.
Oh my god. Just keep watching.
And they know it, because they ran it too, and they're jealous assholes who pretend like they don't know how hard this is when they do. They know how hard it is.
Is it?
I gotta with this
seems really easy, buddy. I'm sure I could beat his record first try.
Audacity to be.
He's just crashing out and having to restart.
It's my destiny to beat this game fast.
I'm going to be the top guy in this children's video game, dog.
You're like, why don't you smile more? Why aren't you smiling, man? Why aren't you?
This is like the monkey paw wish, right? Every 10-year-old kid. I wish I could play video games for my job. That's what I want to be when I grow up as a pro gamer. Oh, do you, little Billy? Oh, here you go. Your DSP, your wings, or Shift00, buddy. Congrats. You just play the same game every day for 12 hours a day to grind out minimum wage, bud. Have fun.
You happy? What do you f***ing think? Look at this. Look at what I deal with every day.
This is what I deal with every day. And the pineapple.
Just in front of the pineapple. This is what I deal with every day.
There's cops out there, military soldiers, brain surgeons. Like
I can just imagine this being like an episode of the show where SpongeBob's torturing Squidward, but it's D-Chef. You like the game, huh? Don't you, Chef? Nah. Oh, you're gonna beat it, huh? Nah. You know, and he's just fucking losing his mind.
Look at this. Look at what I deal with every day.
Look, you can't look at SpongeBob with a spatula over his head.
And look at zoom in on this guy's face, bro. He's so mad.
Buddy.
He's so angry, dude.
This was me if I never stopped speedrunning Resident Evil 3.
Oh,
this is what I would have become. This guy.
I still get up and I stream it every single day for the people, the majority of the people who watch.
Up and streams SpongeBob every day. What a brave stance you took, bro. 07s, guys. Everyone in here with a real job. You go work a 9 to 5. You might work 8, 10, 12 hours, commute an hour there and back, get yelled at by some boss who treats you like shit, and it's awful. But you know what? At least you don't have to speed run SpongeBob all day.
Ooh.
But as we're going to find out as this goes on, like it probably is a fate worse than waging.
Yeah.
Being this guy. It's hell.
Who don't act that way? You think I have to?
I'm gonna be real. I did break a mouse or two when I was speedrunning Resident Evil 3. Honestly, when you fail the one move, you're just like, oh, that's 5 hours gone. I'm gone. You know,
I can do this still. You think I have to still play this after 9 years? You think this is because I have to do it? I put myself in the lane of fire of these.
I put myself in the line of fire.
Sir, he's acting like he's serving in Iraq or something. You know, like the line of fire. Look at the face he's making. He's gritting. He's baring his teeth with frustration, bro. That he put himself in the line of fire by playing the SpongeBob SquarePants game.
People are loving this segment, guys. If you want, Ash, I have a treasure trove of speedrunners. No, I got like a treasure trove of a bunch of people who are insane.
Psychos every day to stream this shit, to get harassed every day.
Harassed for what? For what?
I love the SpongeBob censorship of profanity, like it's in the show. This edits fire, buddy. It's really good. But we got Bohe Pants for 10 subs!
Big support. Let's go. Thank you, Bohe Pants. Thank you, everyone. What a day so far. Nice return.
SpongeBob.
Thank you, guys.
And for resetting world record paces. I get harassed for not improving my own world record for 7 months. This is
he
what
hasn't improved it for 7 months.
It's-
This is the standard of excellence, buddy. This guy's level of greatness, he's like beyond Michael Jordan. He's beyond Tom Brady. This is the GOAT of all GOATs. Like he's like 10x dominate Grant Cardone, all the competition, to where the only person left to compete with at this children's game from the mid 2000s is himself. And he hasn't beat himself in 7 months. And I mean that both in the game and like he hasn't come in 7 months. Like he's just this frustrated. He hasn't busted a nut in nearly half a year or more. It's tough. It's tough, bro. He's angry. He's mad.
I
Is
love
that
the
a
segment
sticker?
rule. I don't. Yeah, you know what? I'll snip it and we'll see. We'll see
man.
if
We got ABC I Like Pie for 5 subs.
Sheesh, big
It's
support.
the best day ever.
That's what I was thinking when he was yelling.
Standard these clowns hold me to. Nothing is good enough for any of these people.
Mr. Sun came up.
Oh, Penny smiled at me, said it's gonna be a good one. Just wait and like,
Bee, the
buddy,
bumblebee.
he just like the whole message of SpongeBob is to be like optimistic and happy, and he just took the total opposite message from the show. He's like, I'm gonna be mad. I'm angry.
And it never will be. There's nothing I can do to stop these people from
you can
harassing me.
What do you mean they're harassing you, buddy? They come into your chat and tell you you're a loser because you didn't break the world record again, buddy?
you shave off a millisecond
buddy.
there, buddy? No.
Well, apparently every day they're in there like crucifying him worse than DSP, apparently. Like apparently it's just constant, them just like this guy and his soul. And so it's tough. We got Light Bulb Head for 10 subs.
Big support. Let's go.
Every day.
And the next clip is like, you're
So
gonna
you
die.
want to sit here and tell me? Just ignore it. It's not.
Look, did you see that, Ash? Look at his gameplay. He fucks up the punch. Like,
You're gonna tell me to
ignore it.
he
Just
fucks it up.
ignore
And he has to quit.
No.
Yes,
Soft D Shift. By the way, F-bomb counter at 30. He's already said it 30 times. In under 2 minutes.
These people love me.
What?
It's not okay.
Aye, Captain. That's so funny, bro. Oh my God.
They love me. Aye,
Hey. It's not okay. It's been a decade, and they're never gonna stop. Do you understand?
Somebody's saying this guy has an annoying shtick. Understand that most of the time, like he's pretty calm, right?
Oh, he's chill. He's like nice guy.
He's like chill, yeah. But they really got to him this day. This, I think, is probably the craziest crash out I've ever seen from him, which is why I chose this.
Yes,
because he had it. He was mad at the world, had it with girls in frustrated Philip style. And he was just lashing out and crashing out, okay?
I can't hear you.
We got Skyline GTRX for 25 subs!
God damn, what
And Madman says, get to Jeremy, stop with this nonsense. No. Well, I enjoy this nonsense, buddy. Come on.
Come on, bud. It's tough because maybe like we don't want Jer. We're like we need Jer. It's tough. We're doing it for everyone. We do it all for you guys. Okay?
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You want to tell me this is normal?
No, it's not.
No, this is not normal. In no other point of human history would this even be possible, let alone normal. That some guy makes his entire livelihood playing a children's video game from 20 years ago and has done it every single day for like a work shift every day. Okay. And is then going to scream when people make fun of him for doing that and lose his mind. No, it's not normal, actually. And you should consider doing something else. Thank God.
You chose this.
What these people do to me? You! That's the last thing that I want to hear, is I get on this street.
Look at this guy. Mangus goes, I was trying to help, but accidentally caused the crash out. So it wasn't even like a hater. It was a guy who probably told them like an idea.
That might be a guy just gaslighting.
Fair enough.
Who even knows? This is apparently a high-level trolling operation they've been running on this guy for the last decade because they know they can just get him to nap, buddy.
Every day for 10 hours twice a day. I stream
10 hours twice a day?
One time 10 hours. I get on.
Wait, how? 20 hours a day?
I think he's saying that he plays one session of 5 hours and another session of 10 hours. So for pretty much every waking minute of this guy's life, aside from maybe an hour that he takes to and eat, he is playing SpongeBob. And then he goes to bed and he wakes up and he does it all over again. This is like ground. Too. No, you would go crazy.
But look at this. Are you sure it's a troll? Because the person says, I actually feel bad.
I bet you he does. I bet you he feels real bad about it.
Here, I can torture myself playing the game to improve this world record nobody can ever take from me for 9 straight years to prove nothing but anything to myself. And these
the guy goes, I have nothing against this guy.
Bro, just stop playing the game, bro. You don't have to do that. You have a world record that, first of all, only like 3 other people are even trying to get. And they're nowhere close.
What's it called? SpongeBob Bikini Bottom, right?
Battle for Bikini Bottom. And there was like a remaster that came out. Yeah. You know.
Battle for. I actually want to see the time.
Like, buddy, it's time to play another game. It's okay, man. It's okay.
But speed run. Okay, here.
Every day, and then you want to tell me this is normal?
Yeah,
there's not a single person on this planet, on this entire website, who gets treated like more than I do.
Well, I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there's,
what about Wings or Phil? Like, this guy's saying he has it worse than, like, Cyrax. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What about Ralph, buddy? Like, I don't know. Like, it could be worse, you know?
Like, here's he's beating people by, like, a full minute or 5, you know.
Yeah,
he's doing pretty good, but we'll get back to that chart because something important happened on that chart.
And I complained about it once, and you want to tell me this is normal? These people are not normal.
Are you though?
I mind my own business.
like track, like birds of a feather flock together. It's a freaky flock with the shift crew, isn't it? Okay.
All right. Do you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah. So that's basically what it's like for him. Every single day, he's in this living hell, this waking nightmare of playing this game and like constantly losing and having to restart and people making fun of him and trolling him. But here on speedrun.com, like he's just super dominant at this game, right?
However,
but 4 days ago, somebody came within 25 seconds of his world record.
Is it 25?
No, 35.
35.
30
yes.
Came within 35 seconds, which in the speedrunning world is a lot of time. 35 seconds of his world record. But no.
Well,
he has decided to finally end it all. He's decided to finally retire from the game. He's decided he's washed. He's like Lightning McQueen now. It's over. He's the washed
It
goat.
was 25. My bad. All right. Here we go. You ready? It's 26 seconds. Okay, everyone, let's relax.
Oh, it's almost the same amount of time you lasted in the Salt Poppy match, buddy.
Yeah. So remember, he just saw this guy gets 25 seconds away, which, by the way, is still 3 years of work to shave off the seconds. But here's the reaction, folks.
It's finally over.
No, after all these years, bruh. Now it's finally over 10 years in. Oh,
the
no.
curse is broken, you know? He was cursed.
Bro, it's over. It's over.
Welcome home.
Oh, no. He's free.
We did it.
What do you mean we did it? What happened? Is he okay?
No, he's
fucking years. It's finally here.
I'm tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss.
Bruh.
Poor guy. Like, what's going on?
I'm in so much pain.
What do you mean? Help me. I'm in unbearable pain. Help me. Bro, this is all that he has, is this SpongeBob game. Just keep playing the game, buddy. Here's to another 10 years of the legacy, bro. This is what you did with your one life on Earth, is dedicate it to a children's shovelware game from 2004. A licensed shovelware title that was slightly better than average, and so people it off, you know, like.
My hands are gonna fall off, man.
Oh, his hands are gonna fall off.
I think that last year was all I had left in me.
Oh. That's all he's got in him. No, he's washed. Unk is washed. He doesn't have one more in him. You see me? I got one more in me. I ain't got no more in me. I ain't got no more in me.
Log
you
off,
went me to Hassan, send me to the glue factory. It's over.
This is actually sad. You're watching.
No, our goat is washed, bro. Send Boxer to the glue factory, son. Oh,
it's gonna keep
this
going.
is gonna be Phil in a few
gonna
years.
live
When do you think Phil will realize he's finally washed?
I don't think I don't think he'll ever admit it.
When he's 65 years old, the arthritis in his hands, he's like, my hands.
Oh.
He already does that. You know,
I got a hot rim world and a Marvel versus Capcom.
That's all I ever wanted. I didn't want any of this.
By the way, I'll be real. I'm playing Street Fighter 6. I'm as good as Phil on day like 2 of practicing, by the way.
Only Call Me
Not
Based here is in serious danger. He says, this guy actually achieved number 1 in something. Buddy, are you experiencing dysphoria? Like, do you think that you're a woman? Like, because that's the mentality of these speedrunners.
No, exactly.
I'm gonna be number 1 in something, even if it's sitting in baked beans for 4 days. Well, no one else did that before. It's mental illness, you know.
Jeez. I don't have a main yet. I'm still shopping around.
He was number 1.
It was never about this.
By the way, I've seen this before. The amount of times speedrunners tune out from this moment.
We all know.
That Zelda guy, what was his name? And then he
Carl Jobs? Yeah.
Well, no.
He transitioned. Yeah. It was
just
sad.
about the game that I love.
Cosmo. Yeah.
All right. You want quartering? We'll go to quartering.
Okay. He just cries.
He really just sobs like a fucking baby. So I guess he's now retiring from playing the game. He's finally moved on with his life. Fuck this. We'll
do that on Friday.
Yeah. So let's go into the quartering segment.
The return.
Yes, we have the new Jer meltdown. So we're starting off in the miscellaneous folder. We're starting off slow with Jer crashing out on Twitter. So once again, Jer is back to fighting with randoms on Twitter about his coffee and about his personal life. So it wasn't even a matter of like 6 weeks before he was not only back on Twitter, but arguing with randoms, even though he promised that he would never do this again. He's become comfortable enough to just get drunk and lose his mind on Twitter, which is a good thing because the big one's coming. The big crash out is a coming. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
So he says, again, no, my coffee is not drop shipped. And it seems like nobody in the world even cares about the definition of words.
What?
What a fucking spastic.
Wait, what is he talking about?
Even, like, define alcoholic for us, Jer. Like, define lack of impulse control and just spurging and spiraling for us, Jer. Like, the coffee is drop shipped. You seem to not accept that it's drop shipped, but it is. So, somebody comes in, I think the next slide, and corrects it and goes, okay, so it's white labeled? Because that's really what this is, right? So this coffee comes from Mill Creek. Jer puts it in his package and then sells it. Okay? Jer does not own a coffee factory. There's no evidence that he owns a coffee factory. The evidence that he owns a coffee factory is a virtual walkthrough of Mill Creek Roasting Facility, which you can see the exact same walkthrough for multiple different white label options that use Mill Creek and Mill Creek's own digital tour. It's clearly the exact same. It's just the employees are wearing coffee brand coffee shirts instead of the regular Mill Creek shirt. That's the evidence that he's provided. Okay. There's a reason why the facility is not listed on the packaging or anywhere else, because he doesn't own a facility for coffee. And thus, the $300,000 that he raised for new equipment was a scam, because there was no need to buy new equipment because there was never a factory or equipment to begin with. Okay? This is the reality, Jer. And if you believe otherwise, you can always prove it. You could prove it. You could show us the factory.
We'll apologize. We'll apologize. Show us the factory, do a walkthrough, film it, or have your people film it. Show us the
receipts.
And
let's show us the receipts.
And then we'll be like, we're sorry, you're right. Do that. It's easy.
Like, it's really that simple. He just has to prove his claims, but he won't do it.
Imagine he feels we had a factory and people said we were drop shipping. You and I would film the entire. We would do a skit. We would film videos. We would show everything.
Ultimately, it doesn't even matter that it's drop shipped or not.
Exactly.
These are his own weird, like autistic, arbitrary rules that he's established, that you're not allowed to white label coffee or drop ship coffee. Like, no one gives a Jer.
What?
Oh my God. We got Dawn Flurgandy for 5
By the way,
subs.
his channel's awesome. Congrats on all your success, bro. You're growing really quick, man. Congrats. I was watching you last night on the DSP stuff. It's so funny. All right. Thanks so much, bro. Appreciate you, man.
So
Thank
then
you.
this guy, Brian, comes in more like white label.
Yeah.
And Jared's like, wrong. And it's like, Jared, why are you arguing with some random Twitter account, bro? Why are you going back and forth? And like, what value do you think it provides to go wrong? Like, it provides no value because you're not going to change. You're not going to change anybody's mind who thinks differently, bro. Like, why can't Jer just produce a 4-hour video showing that everything we've said is lies, everything that Luther has said is lies, that Don Flurgandy and Misty Moshi and others have said is lies, and blow us all out once and for all. And then for one time, for all time, anytime any of this comes up, all right, here's the video where it was all addressed. Here's the timestamp where that particular claim is debunked. Like, if it's within your power to do so, why don't you? It's because you're a lying liar, Jer, and we all know that. Man.
All right, here we go.
So this guy, Zeddy, says, I've been asking for a virtual tour for years at this point, since way before the drama. Quartering says, I did one 2 years ago. Now, he doesn't link to it. You know, he said, well, 2 years ago, I did one. We're just supposed to take your word at it. But the one that he did is a tour of the Mill Creek facility. It's been proven, Jeremy. So you want to try again, bro? Because it's been debunked. And you won't take this to the mat because you know that you're wrong. You know that you're wrong. You won't even answer Luther's letters because you're so scared. So stop being a bitch, Jer, and figure it out. By the way, we got Rammer Jammer for 5 subs.
Thank you, Rammer Jammer. Appreciate your support there. Yeah, let's go. But dude,
okay,
I did one 2 years ago, but it's been proven that it's the same as the Mill Creek, whatever.
Yeah.
I always think about Mill Street because of Toronto.
I know, of the beer. I do too. That's why for the longest time, I couldn't get it straight in my mind what the name of this coffee company was. That
commercial every 5 seconds. Yeah.
But it's like, rather than actually properly address this stuff, he decides to start fighting with random people on Twitter. So it's looking real good for a return to like constant quartering crashouts on Twitter. Buy now, buy the coin now. So Brad Cool Unlimited says, still waiting on the first Hambly album to drop. What songs do you think will make the cut? And Jer here is saying, this is back in October of 2023. I'm going to release an album by April 1st, 2024. It's a singular goal I pray my old, far more talented friends will help with. So if we continue on, we're going to see.
Maybe lad, how was your weekend? What are the oranges? Forced cream pie?
Forced cream pie. It's called Coffee with a Little as well. So Jer then, like a year later in March, starts going about, I want to record an EP. And he lists all of his old friends from high school that he used to be in a band with. And it's like, did you ask these guys if they wanted to be tagged publicly?
That's
like
crazy.
One of these guys, by the way, if you go to his Facebook profile, and I'm not going to say who, okay, is like an avowed socialist who's living in the Netherlands and is like in his own rock band in the Netherlands. And it's like, he doesn't want anything to do with you, Jer, you moron.
You Jerbroni.
He goes, one time, boys, we've recorded so many records together, but I want to bring you all back to my place in Wisconsin, put you up for 2 weeks and make something amazing. You in? No, nobody's in.
One last rodeo.
It's been 20 years, Jeremy. These people all have their own lives,
families and kids probably too. Like
one guy lives in Europe, bro. You think he's... You know what I mean? One of these guys, I'm not going to show it because I don't want to put them on blast too much, but he told Jerry, he's like, man, like, I can't get time off work for this. Sorry, bro. I'd like to. It's like, nobody's taking 2 weeks off work to go meet up with some guy from 20 years ago that they barely even remember. It's just not the way the world works. So this all came to nothing, but I'm glad that Brad Cool held him accountable for this.
Brad Cool is amazing.
This is one of the slimiest and scummiest things I think that Quartering has ever done. So if you remember, Quartering said that he was having to pay, what was it, $49 for his Kona coffee, and that he was only making 50 cents a bag off of selling it to you for $50.
Yeah.
So if you go to the Mill Creek Coffee Roasters website, which is, by the way, is where Jer is getting this from.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You can get the exact same bag of Kona coffee for $28.95.
I got it. Ash,
So-
I got it. Wait, Ash, I got it. Whoever's like Americans out there, I would do it. Order this Kona coffee and his Kona coffee. Send it to me. I'll bring it to a lab. Ash, I will fucking match
This is such a fucking scam.
I'm gonna match this shit. I'm gonna match the grain.
Scam alert! It's a massive fucking scam. So if they're selling this at retail for $28.95, what do you think they're wholesaling it for? And Jer wants to tell us he's only making 50 cents or $1 a bag. He's a lying sack of bro.
I can't. Oh, hey guys, someone goes, buy them yourself. I can't. I'm a Canadian. They won't send it here. I'll ask Psycho. I'll send him money and he'll do it. We're going to find this. We're going to figure this out.
Here we have some of the comments recently that Jer has been receiving. Dude, are you getting botted? It seems like every video lately you come out with is getting downvoted to oblivion. That means you have hundreds of hate followers or you're getting botted. Well, he does in fact have hundreds and thousands of hate followers because he flagged down our channel. But I just enjoy that his actual fans are like, what the hell is going on? This is... By the way, we got Melanie Mack's Fishy Piss Slit for 5 subs.
Jesus.
Lovebug 45 goes, did you finally got rid of the bots?
Got rid of.
Oh boy. Downvote if you're gay. Well, they still downvoted there. Was not effective. But they've tried this tactic a lot. So we've escalated from if you're gay to downvote if you gay commie. If you gay commie.
Not a fucking gay commie pedo.
Lordy, the Kino Casino prisoners of thy majesty are still at it. I don't know what that means, but it has 88 downvotes. And then Corn says the army attacks with 65 downvotes.
Wow. Oh my God.
So David S. Anderson says, I was told this channel is muting people left and right. That's a surefire way to lose viewers. For a channel that is struggling, that is not a good approach, particularly since many of those muted are fans of much of the content, even if critical of some of it. I cannot support a channel that uses significant muting. Massive support for this comment, 182 thumbs up. And T-Rex Flex responds, the Quarterler would never mute his fans. And then, of course, we have a seething Jer fan. Tactical Goalkeeper says, go get Trantifa.
Antifa, okay.
Oh, everybody's Antifa, guys. Everybody's gay
is
communist.
Antifa even at it still? Like,
I don't know.
Honestly,
you don't hear about them as much unless you watch Tim Pool or Quartering, and then they're like, I think they're a big deal in Europe. Anyway, Bucklebrush Jones says this guy has more ticks than Texas. Whoa, thumbs down if you dream of making out with Jer. I think this is a projection, D14. This is his own fantasy of making out with Jer, buddy. Now, Jay Creasy here says, Jay, you have a ton of thumbs down. 3-1. Do you care? I doubt it. As well, you shouldn't, tongue face. And he does it in the boomer way where you put the nose in.
Oh.
So this might actually be a true and honest boomer in the wild. I don't know. We got Frank Booth for 20 subs.
Let's go. Big support.
Okay.
God damn.
Finally, I saw this in the Kiwi Farm site. I couldn't even believe it. This is pretty petty, but some people in Wisconsin do eat raw ground beef.
Oh.
The Sconies aren't beating the allegations anytime soon. Known locally as cannibal sandwiches or tiger meat, This regional dish is made by spreading fresh, raw ground beef over rye bread or crackers and topping it with raw sliced onions, salt, and pepper? Are people in Wisconsin okay?
That's
no wonder they're alcoholics, because this is the only thing they can eat is raw beef on a cracker with raw onions, salt, and pepper.
I knew
maybe they're too drunk to cook.
I knew a guy that balled up ground beef sometimes and would eat it raw.
No.
Yeah, I worked with him. I wasn't his friend, but I knew him. Obviously, we were like friendly. And one day I just see him.
Barbarian.
He's like, Andy, watch this. And he has a big ball of ground beef and just threw it in his. I'm like, what the are you doing?
Whoa, buddy. Okay.
He might be dead now. We don't know.
Get into Monday. It's Jer's Monday morning mask off grift stream. He was late once again. I think he was late like every day this week.
Protein jawbreaker.
Jesus Christ.
Look at him.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He's tired, boss. He's tired, boss. Bro, he's like a zombie. Wake me up inside. He's stressed. You can see how dead he is inside, bro. I say it all the time, but it's the type of tired that sleep just can't fix. Boss.
You know what that face is? You've just put like $1,000 on a bet, and you've like for blackjack, and you've pulled a 5 and an 8, and you're all right, we're gonna hit here. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Good morning, everybody.
Wait. Look at the back of the hair.
Good morning.
Oh, it's unwashed. It's greasy. Look at it. It's like hardened. Like it's like crystallized in the back. Holy Jer.
Morning, everybody.
Wash your hair, man.
It's like, it's like dreadlock.
Shower before his show. Yeah, like it's like this matted, disgusting hair like a Jamaican would have.
Yeah. Oh man, there's no
the thing is, like, his wife's getting plowed by these Caribbean gentlemen, so he thought if he adopted the hairstyle, he'd have that swag to rock his wife's, but just didn't quite work out that way for old Jer. Stuff.
Everybody, happy
Jer
Monday.
Making me crazy.
Doing well.
Oh my God, how depressing!
Got a
happy
full night's sleep.
Monday, guys.
Hope
you're all doing well. He's like Eeyore, man. Like,
buddy.
It's a walking depression Eeyore grimace combo.
I don't know. He makes Eeyore seem a little cheery, to be honest.
You know? Oh, bother.
It does feel like it's in slow-mo. It's like it's underwater. It's like, hey,
it is
not.
You just think in your head like the Sonic where he's underwater. Yeah. Oh no, I gotta get up.
2 live streams. It's just a long day, but I'm not tired.
Oh, he's tired. It's been a long day without Hannah Claire. Luke left the show. Melanie, Mack's here once a week at bat. It's tough. It's tough, bro.
Someone killed me last night. They go, I'm for tired, boss.
He's for tired, boss.
I died.
Today, boss. I'm good.
No, he said it. I'm for tired, boss.
It's over.
Been up anxiety spiraling since 4 a.m. Hey, I get that.
Wait, what?
No, he's been anxiety spiraling since 4 a.m. Woohoo! He's anxiety spiraling. He's tired.
Say the line, Jer.
I'm good. Been up anxiety spiraling since 4 a.m. Hey, I get that. I get that.
What?
100%.
100%. Yeah, dog. Haven't we all anxiety spiraled? Waking up since 4 a.m. Like what? Man, it's tough. Sad.
I wanted to buy 2 bags of Kona, but to only make 50 cents profit.
Okay, hang on. I gotta pay attention.
You gotta bring this back. This is
like you have to really grip
like,
on every syllable, or you like a what? What did he say? Okay, here we go. Go ahead.
I wanted to buy 2 bags of Kona, but since you only make 50 cents profit, I'll give you the dollar here.
Okay, so the guy
got half of it. Go ahead.
So the guy said, I wanted to buy 2 bags of Kona.
Okay, I got that.
But since you only make 50 cents profit per bag, I'm just going to give you the $1 right now. And Jared knows. Jared knows he's felt it, buddy. Look at him here.
That's actually a brilliant way of doing it.
Look at him, bro. He knows he's cooked. He knows he's been exposed. Nose is exposed. Grift's exposed, Jer. We know that Mill Creek's selling this shit for $28. So clearly your profit margin is more than 50 cents on this bag,
at least
bro.
$7 or $8.
Come on, dude. So that's why he's like, no, please buy the coffee, bro. Don't just give me the $1. Wouldn't you just rather have the $1 then? Yeah. You know, he could give you more of those, and then you'd make way more than you would selling the coffee.
That's actually a brilliant
He would have to sell 10 bags of Kona to make $5, is what he's trying to tell us. It's
actually really funny, though. Going, here's 50 cents. I won't buy the coffee, but here's 50 cents. Here's the profit margin, bud.
Well, you should buy the Kona for sure.
No.
Why?
Why he just gave you the profit. That's actually, that's brilliant.
Yeah, sell streams. Jer means he personally makes 50 cents a bag.
Yeah.
He says that on his normal bags of coffee, he makes $1 a bag after Amazon takes their 30% cut. And then he says that with the Kona coffee, because it's so expensive, he only makes 50 cents per bag. This is obviously lies. But you know what? Like, I'll just take him at his word for it when it felts him and he's losing money when he puts shit on sale. But the God's honest truth is it doesn't make any sense what he's saying. There's nobody in the world that would operate a business like this. And he's just a lying, scamming con artist grifter. And he won't prove otherwise. By the way, no one else who sells anything tells you their profit margin. And they do that for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, are we doing here? Have you guys ever heard anyone trying to sell you anything tells you their profit margin? And by the way, if they do, they're a scam artist and they're lying.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
But how's that a way to sell? Listen, buy the coffee. I swear I make only 50 cents. It's like, what? Why would you, like, how is that a selling point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would rather make the $1 and have you enjoy the coffee, you know?
No, bitch.
Here's your nickel and dimes, okay?
Yeah, don't buy the hat that feeds.
Don't, what?
I would rather make the $1 and have you enjoy the coffee, you know? Yeah, don't buy the head that feed.
Don't buy the head that feed.
Don't buy the head that fends you. Like, what did he say? He meant to say, don't bite the hand that feeds you. I think he said, don't buy the head. Bring it back. What did he actually say here?
$1 and have you enjoy the coffee, you know? Yeah, don't buy the hat that feed lets you fight at the White House. It's very simple.
What? Okay, that was twisted, buddy. Like,
don't ban the hat that feeds.
Yeah, don't buy the hat that feed lets you fight at the White House. It's very simple. Keep your eye on the iDubbbz Ethan situation. Could be great for you. Nah, dude. What, are you gonna sue somebody who has no money?
That's right, Chair. We've got no money, dog.
I don't have
we ain't got nothing, boss. We just broke out here, Chair.
Yeah.
No, don't sue us, Uncle Chair. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got a piss in, Uncle Chair. Suffer, Chair. The truth of this is, though, Chair has no money for any of this.
The slander of
that's the real truth,
you
buddy.
talking about cuckold fantasies, hanging out with us saying you sound like a and that you're poor, which you beg for money.
I'm gonna sue.
That slander.
It's like even he knows there's nothing here. It's fucking ridiculous shit. Come on.
I just lose. We've got.
That's right. You will lose. You would
retard.
just lose, buddy. You dumb fuck.
Some pretty big bombshell Carmelo news.
Oh, really?
It managed to get worse for them.
Guys, how the party in jail? Guys, oh my God, he's been given the electric chair. Like, are we getting the live update on the status of his and Bubba's? Like, do you have like the footage from his cell? They should Like, this is going to happen in the future, boys. I can sense it. They're going to have 24-hour live streams set up in prisoners' cells with TTS to pay for the prisons. It's going to happen, guys.
That's going to be sick.
We are going to live to see that dystopian day when every single inmate, you can just hurl TTS abuse at them for $5 a pop. It's going to happen. Don't worry.
There's just so much news today, guys.
Who cares?
There's
so much news. Who gives a f?
Okay, so bring it back. Did you hear this? So the guy goes back to the tried and true Carmelo grift. Okay?
Get back to the tried and true Carmelo grift. I think the Carmelo grift is about over.
He just admits it.
It's about
mask off, but he just admits it's a grift. He doesn't care about it at all. It doesn't matter to him. He was admitting this shit last week when he was saying, like, I hope the jury takes a long time, basically hoping that the guy got off and would be innocent so he could farm it for more outrage clicks and stuff like this. And he just straight up refers to it as the Carmelo grift. So, well, it's just about over, guys. It is over, buddy. How many times are you going to be, oh, guys, the fundraiser, they're going to all go to prison because of the fundraiser, guys. This isn't lasting more than a couple more days, dude. Like, people are moving on. And this is the big problem for him. These are the only videos that get any sort of views. And he's going to talk about how this breathed new life into his channel, which is admitting the channel was dead. I just want to point that out. When he said that there was never any problems and it was never in decline and all this, it's admitting it was dead. We'll get there in a second. But when you actually chart out the bump that he received, it's nothing. It doesn't even bring him halfway to the point where he was before he flagged down our channel. He doesn't even bring him like within half, or not even like, it's not even really a quarter, pardon the pun, of the what he had during Charlie Kirk. It's just not. It's a complete and utter collapse. Let's continue.
Maybe today or tomorrow, but it's obviously been nice because it's breathed some life back into the channel, which is nice.
So that's an admission right there that the channel is completely dead and then it's on a massive germinal decline. But then when you point that out to him, he spurgs out and cries like a baby. It's okay to admit reality, bud, that the channel is in decline.
But he said it. He's the one who said, and he obviously threw everyone else under the bus about it. Oh, everyone's channel's dying. So you're admitting it's dying, but at the same time, it's the most views you've ever had and the most money.
This is the same thing that Phil does, where all of his struggles are always in the past, right? And he'll, at the time when he admits that he was struggling in the past, at that time, he'll say he was successful, right? And he'll say at the present time, he's successful, right? But then a year from now, 2 years from now, he'll admit that he wasn't successful at that time and he was a failure, but only to say to everybody, look how far I've come. Look at how successful I am. This is the thing with Phil and Jer. They both care far more about the appearance of success and people believing they're successful than actually being successful. It's a real twisted mentality these guys have.
If you have to tell people you're successful, I got news for you. All right.
Well, Andy, so let me just show you this from the Germinal Decline website.
Sure.
So have a look at this graph, right?
Yeah.
So this is Quartering's channel over the last 3 years.
Okay, I'm showing it on the screen. And I can't.
So you can see its ultimate high point was nearly 30 million views back in 2023. Nowadays, he's below like 3 million views in a month, right? So you see back on that graph in 2025, you see that big high water point? You see that? How it was
right here
at the very end of 2025. You see that big high point. That's when Charlie Kirk was shot. Okay. That red dot is the Carmelo bump. He's
what was
it's
the
not even like
2022? What's this? The first one is that Brie Larson?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
So
this is like the
Marvel
peak of his channel. Yeah.
God damn, that's brutal, dude.
So breathing new life, I don't think so, Jer.
Okay, whoops.
I told people for a long time, and they're all, you know, we were in probably one of the deadest news cycles I've seen in my career. that lasted almost 3 months, basically since February.
A lot of other people were doing great.
Yeah,
look at this
stress. They're still killing, bro.
He knows that he's lying.
Nerdrotic. I can say all like Vera, Hypnotic. All these are killing it.
Nobody's saying a news cycle is 3 months long either. Like a news cycle is a day, and in the modern day, like news cycle is a new news cycle every hour,
every like 30 minutes.
There's always things going on. It may not be like the traditional Republican politics, okay? But there's always something to talk about somewhere. You have to just find it, you know? But look at this guy, man. Look at how exhausted he is. Jeez. Look at him. Look how that's a felted face, man. Brutal. That's like a broken man.
Too much smiling with the loss
of the dragon.
Oh, look, he's showing his views. Oh, wait, never mind.
Osmond Gold is finding political content every single day and doing in huge numbers. What's Jer's excuse? In all seriousness, there is none.
Viewers for a solid month. Anybody who actually doesn't panic and reads the analytics, looks at the analytiks,
knows that you're full of shit.
Perhaps the worst news cycle for 3 months.
What?
Like even all the dramatards were like, "Oh, his channel's crashing," even though like every channel.
You just admitted when you said it breathed new life into your channel that your channel had crashed and was dead. We just showed the actual raw numbers of your viewership over the last 3 years. You're down over 90%, bro. You need to stop lying. What is wrong with you? Not everybody's numbers are down like yours, Jeremy. This is pretty bad, bro. And this is with you buying views through advertisements every step of the way. Okay? It's time to live in the real world.
Imagine showing this chart while talking about how it's over.
I know.
This was crashing.
Well, and like he's going back to the oil prices and the Strait of Hormuz. And it's like, brother, after you couldn't even find Iran on the map, how can you go back to this and pretend like you have any sort of legitimacy on it at all?
Same time. Now would you look at that? Everything's back. Why? Because it's actually something worth talking about.
What?
Basically, ever since the ice riots in Minnesota, that was it. There was like a 3-month dry spell.
He's trying to pretend that for the last 90 days, there's not been a single thing that anyone's interested in online.
What are you kidding me?
Come on.
People are the most online they've ever
everybody
been.
In chat's like, Iran war. Watch, Jer will cope. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
People cared about the Iran war for about a second.
What? No, they didn't.
What are you talking about?
What the are you talking about, man? It was a really big deal. People were rattled about it every single day. Every single time people went to the gas pump and got bent over, and they were rattled about the Iran war, buddy. The only reason you say this is because the Iran war wasn't popular. And so it didn't fit your grift of glazing every single thing the administration does. Okay? That's what it comes down to. So you got to just deny reality. So nobody ever cared about the Iran war. They cared for a day. What in the are you talking about? So many people made so much money talking about the war. Like, are you okay?
The people that panicked and chicken littled may never recover.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But the people that dug their heels in and tried to understand the trends and understood what was going on, which I did, everything's fine.
No, it's
basically
not.
Every video
when
I put
you
out
have to keep saying
the last 2
that
weeks
everything is fine, it's probably not fine. This is the thing. Like, people who are rich don't have to always tell you that they're rich. Okay. People who are intelligent don't have to tell you that they're intelligent. You just look at them and you know. Okay. So when somebody says, everything's okay, everything's good, chances are they're not good at all.
Rumble and YouTube got 150,000 views each.
By the way, can we say this? And obviously, it's like every show now is about how the views are actually good, but they're not. But they are. Every show. It's like a fucking full segment about your views. Yeah. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Right back to normal. What a coincidence.
They're not. It's not.
I had heard my
graph.
Some views go up, some go down, Jer.
This is crazy is how smug he's going to get here about, like, you guys all said I was dead, but I'm bigger than ever. And it's like, bro, you're down like 90% this year alone.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Channel was dead. I had heard my career was over. I had heard it was all done, even though the entire conservative news space was down 50%.
Where did you get? Like, did you just pull that out of your ass? The entire conservative news space was down 50%. I don't think so. I don't. Who? It's a lie. It's just a lie. Okay, it's a lie.
Ben Shapiro's channel is crashing.
It is.
It's
wait. Is it not, or is it? So it's not. But
it's called a hangover from winning the election.
Oh, okay. That's all this all is. It's just a hangover from winning too much. Like, what a...
Yeah, does this count as news?
Yeah. No, it couldn't possibly be that people are tired of Zionists. It couldn't possibly be that, like, Ben Shapiro has worn out his welcome in conservative circles and his brand of conservatism is no longer popular with people following October 7th. No. It has to be that we just won too much. And so people are just tired of winning. Are you like seriously?
So, I mean, any idiot who actually looks at their own analytics and takes time to do competitive analysis saw that. But, you know, most people commentating on that kind of stuff are idiots. So
what? Any idiot could figure it out, but most people commenting are idiots? Well, couldn't they figure it out then? Like, his sentence was self-defeating.
Yes.
And it's all just a giant cult.
But now, remember there's
Did you see that? Is that a Zin?
How is this?
Did you see that? Bring it back.
Yeah.
Watch.
Oh, right, of course there. It is. Of course
there it is. Remember, guys? He said he was quitting Zins, but there it is. Right on his tongue, everybody. Caught in 4K on a Zin. I'm sure he quit drinking and too, right, guys? Wait.
Carmelo, okay.
He's trying to buy a domain on GoDaddy. Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa, go, Daddy, go. So I don't know why, but he's
a checking account.
So he's opening another account? Okay.
Wait. We missed one. StreamYard. Okay.
By the way, he's going to this Strait of Hormuz live track. Because remember the Strait of Hormuz live tracker? Yeah, I remember it because you couldn't find Iran on the map. Yeah, I wouldn't bring that up again, Jer.
By the way, the first LNG tanker has now... The amount of panic going on in the Carmelo Anthony camp.
The talker instead
in this
of tanker.
Video, we're going to talk about the hilarious end of the grift. But in our...
It's a hilarious end of the grift.
It's so funny.
It's the Jerry's grift satin end. Suffer, Jer. It's hilarious. Your grift is over, bish.
Second video of the day. We may have...
of the day.
Make sure you leave a like on this video. Every like of this video drains another $1 out of the Carmelo Anthony family grift. By the way,
it didn't flow off the tongue, did it? Did not roll off the tongue. Every drains $1 from the Carmelo Anthony family grift. Like,
wow,
what? Like,
not gonna ask anyone to buy anything.
All right, here we go. Listen to this. He's not going to ask anybody to buy anything. Okay.
Drains another $1 out of the Carmelo Anthony family grift. By the way, not going to ask anyone to buy anything. Thanks last week for a record week at Coffee Brand Coffee.
Again? You can't
He's doing it again.
It's the same. What the?
Yeah. And Don's right. He said no coffee ads this week, by the way. He lied.
Verified purchaser. I'm not asking anyone to buy anything. Just go to buycbc.com.
Are you kidding me? I'm not asking anybody to buy anything, but go to buycbc. That's got to be the craziest sentence I've ever heard in my life. I'm not asking you to buy anything, but go to buycbc.com. It's in the name that you want us to buy the coffee. Are you kidding?
BUYCBC.com. It'll take you directly to our Amazon store. There, if you watch my live streams, which are daily on Rumble, but just look up the quartering one word on Rumble daily.
We know.
He's shilling this constantly on his main videos, but then he'll make the excuse later on that he hasn't promoted it.
Yeah.
But he's promoted it in dozens of videos now. The viewer count is not growing, by the way. It's only declining. He's full of shit.
Is it at? It was at 15 to 17.
Like, yeah, it's like maybe like 1,300 some days now. Like, it's not
long
great.
way from 75.
Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Now, shout out to whoever this guy is. They didn't tag the original creator, and it looks like they purposely cut off his watermark. Classic work.
The calling the kettle orange, Jer.
No way.
Jer, are you kidding me? Criticizing somebody else for not crediting the original creator and cutting out their watermark? That's what you do on every single short, Jeremy. Do you think he fixed it?
This is the
Let's
AI
see.
of Nightmares AI. Check this out.
Your business runs.
Where's the accreditation for this creator?
Yeah.
Notice quartering's watermarks on it and not theirs.
Introducing.
Road rage is a problem, but this guy finds out. Check this out.
He doesn't say this is okay. Well, at least the watermark is there on this one. But oh no, Jer covered it up. Did you see that?
yeah.
Jer was so lazy that he missed the first few seconds of this guy's watermark. So Jer actually goes in and erases people's watermarks, but is so lazy at it. Watch this. So notice there you see it's like CUC fun or something.
Oh, it went down here.
Okay.
I think they moved
Well, Jer, I don't know. I think Jer just forgot.
Sacrifices that come along with this life.
Our kids are.
Okay, we'll stop with that.
But like he puts his own watermark on it. Like he's so full of. By the way, we got Frank Booth for 20 subs.
Let's go, big support. Yeah.
But this guy seems to have his head screwed on right.
What was that?
Classic work.
Sir?
But this guy seems to have his head screwed on right.
Okay.
Is he a horse?
Problem that they're all, taking each other lives like hotcakes.
Oh,
Remember to head on over to buycbc.com. It'll take you directly to our Amazon store. I'm not asking you to buy anything today, but we had a record week last week. I'm going to try to find this other link.
Buddy.
Sarah,
this is where we're at.
No, we can't.
He can't find the link. He can't find the link, bro.
Let's see here.
What are we doing?
I thought she did.
He's like chewing like a cow chews cud.
Did I not save it? Oh, it was so good.
On that fucking's in. Are you kidding me, buddy?
Maybe I have it bookmarked.
Move on.
Maybe I have it bookmarked.
Okay. I don't know. Do you?
I thought I did.
He can't figure it out. So
We're
all just sitting.
It was a Facebook post from Carmelo's dad saying that they were under attack.
He wants to show us a Facebook post. And the Facebook post is Carmelo's dad saying they're under attack. And it's like, Jer, brother, are you kidding me?
It's like he's took it right out of my.
Tell us. You don't
bring it back. Hold on. Bring it back. 5 seconds.
You know what he says?
Yes.
Carmelo's dad saying that they were under attack. It's like he's took it right out of my grift playbook.
His grift playbook, bro. Grift playbook alert. Grift playbook alert. Hey, that's my line. I say I'm under attack. He's trying to own the meme, boys. He's trying to own the meme, but
So
he
does
just
that make it
exposes
wrong?
himself.
No, like
I don't know. Like we're correct 100% about the entire thing, and he's acknowledging that.
My grift is under attack.
But then when we bring it up, it's wrong. Like it doesn't make sense, Jer.
Let's see. Do I not see it? Oh, come on.
Please.
Maybe I can find it quick. Let me see if I can find it.
Are you kidding? We're now watching this guy search on Twitter.
We'll believe you. Who cares?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
There's no way this is.
No way, Jer. Where is it? I don't know. Ooh.
But now it's like, is this real?
I saw it.
What sort of a show is this?
There we go. We found it.
Oh, wait, guys. Here we go. Jer's going to ask the most important question of all.
How was his weekend?
It was everyone's Saturday and Sunday.
No.
Oh, my God.
He can't say weekend. I mean, close enough.
Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. He knows that if he says weekend, everybody's gonna laugh at him. Say the line. So how was your Saturday and Sunday? Just stop asking. No one cares. But he's so desperate to use that as his crutch to fill dead air. It's brutal.
It's pretty busy. Went to the casino.
He went to the casino this weekend.
No. What do you think?
Buddy. So he said that he broke even. Which anytime somebody who gambles told you they broke even or went a little bit ahead, they lost everything, bro. They lost their ass, got completely rinsed. So this is Jer admitting that he got felted at the casino on his weekend. Ring it up, house dub. Ring it up, casino dub.
There, about broke even, ended up a little ahead.
About broke even. Come on. Come on.
Did chores on Saturday.
Oh no, not the chores. Mad chores, dude.
Mad chores.
Yeah, everyone does chores.
No other show on the internet talks about the chores they did that day. Do you want to know why? Because no one cares. It's mundane drudgery. These are menial tasks that everyone has to do. They're called chores for a reason. And it's a chore for us to listen to you talk about your chores.
Got mad chores this week, too. It's all the spring cleaning that I'm about 2 months late on. Now I get to do it when it's hot as balls outside.
So you're a lazy piece of shit. Now you have to be suffer for it?
Yeah.
100% my fault.
You're an adult, buddy. Figure it out. Shut the up. Stop crying.
Such a crybaby.
Your job is sitting on a chair reading the news. Shut the up.
I know.
There are people who do chores and then go to factories and have to pick up boxes and shit. Shut the up, Jerry. You're
100% my fault.
What?
Yeah, it is.
100% my fault.
Yeah. Say it again.
I do some tree cleanup. We lost some trees in the storms. Absolutely.
No one cares. Oh my God.
By the way, huge shout out to Rumble Wallet. If you don't have Rumble Wallet yet, make sure you grab it. All right. Now this is a big shout.
It shows it's over.
Yes.
The energy.
It's one of the worst shows ever.
Any energy that was left, by the way. Anything like any spark that was there is snuffed out.
Big story.
There was no. There was a drop. There's a drop.
It was an empty Celsius.
You can hear the drop.
You can hear the lack of Celsius in the can. Jared's desperately trying for anything to make him less tired. He's like, there's nothing left. No. It's like a cartoon.
Look. Yeah, it's like no. Wait. He just drank Celsius with a zin in his mouth. Look. Watch. Ew.
Yeah, he didn't even. Oh, now he's removing the
Yikes.
sin. Oh,
Yikes.
whoa! What was that face?
Yikes.
What was that? Look at him. That is a yikes face,
That is,
buddy.
yes,
That's a
yes.
yikes-erino, pal.
That was a fool sip. The patented
It was.
red bar fool
Yikes.
sip.
I guess we can start it up again. Leave a like on the video right now for every year in prison for perhaps the Carmelo Anthony's parents.
Okay, start again.
For perhaps the Carmelo Anthony's parents? Like,
Wait.
sir, the sentence is like, bro.
Again, leave a like on the video right now for every year in prison for perhaps the Carmelo Anthony's parents or the people who
The
set up this
Carmelo
allegedly
Anthony's
fraudulent
parents.
LLC.
Jer,
It could get
his
bad, and I
parents
have
aren't
all the
going to
receipts for
fucking
you.
jail.
Yeah,
Like,
hit like for the alleged LLC, whatever. Didn't Carmelo's dad like take the $500,000 anyway?
That we're going to get into
listen,
right now.
if we could barely get a murderer put in prison, what chance do you think that we're going to put the murderer's parents in jail for grifting off of a GoFundMe?
Like,
You know what I
right?
mean?
Like,
This,
yeah.
this is going to be the hot story for the next year, by the way. Oh, it's a GoFundMe fraud by the Carmelo fan. Like, nobody's going to give a
Yeah.
seriously.
By the way, not going to sell anything. Just reminding people,
Oh,
if you were part of our record week last week, please go to buycbc.com.
I'm not selling anything, but go to buycbc.com.
and hit like on
does
what
he
you
not
bought.
realize how twisted that is to say?
Buddy.
Like,
It'll take you directly to our Amazon store. Now that you've
it's
got it,
constant, by the way.
navigate
Like,
to the product you bought.
I know.
Click on it.
Oh my God.
Scroll down to where it says write a customer review and drop a customer review.
Like, by the way,
On the
every
act-
single time he does this tutorial, just to let you know, every single time he explains it, and I think I cut it here, but it goes on for like 2 or 3 more minutes where it's just like, okay, and this is how you do it, and you got to make sure it's the flavor you want. It's like, bro, stop.
To a product you bought. I would be extremely thankful. It helps us as a small business. The donation page continues to describe contributions helping
Contributions.
family survivors of bad things, family facing hardship.
Survivors of bad things? Oh
Families
my God.
Survivors. Wait. you didn't
Nice
say
one, Jer.
Domestic violence?
Can you really not say domestic violence on YouTube?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Holy fuck,
Survivors
man.
of
What
bad
a cuckold.
things?
survivors
So
of bad
gay.
things, family facing hardship. All these grifters do is lie.
Sir.
Yeah. Takes one to know one,
All they do
eh,
is-
Grifter?
Lie. And again, remember, if you picked up some Coffee Brand coffee last week, please remember to head back, and you've received it now, giving it a try. Go to buycbc.com.
This has got to
Okay,
be
no,
the
no, there's
fifth
no way.
ad read.
How long was the stream? 10 hours?
No, it was like an hour and a half long.
And there was 5 ads.
At least, yeah. 5 coffee ads at least. And then there was
That's
the Rumble
more
wallet.
than YouTube. That's
Yeah.
more than YouTube because they're longer
Yes.
too and unskippable.
Take you directly to the Amazon page. I have to get some water. That was a lot of talking.
No, it wasn't.
What?
You were on the air for less than an hour. It's just a lot of talking, guys. I don't know how people do this, guys. Stop being a broadcaster. You.
Tough to
Retire.
keep a bottle
It's
of water
over.
nearby.
I know.
You
Here's
know, keep
one. Fuck.
Right,
Here's
like,
2.
I had iced
know what I
coffee.
mean?
I had iced
Like-
coffee as well. I made.
Prepare. Prepare for your show.
That was a lot of talking.
That's water.
These
He's going to
20-minute
get
videos,
booze.
I don't know how
Yeah.
Tim does it.
You don't know how Tim does a 20-minute video? Motherfucker, every single person with a job just wants to strangle him to death, you know?
How does Tim
Like, how does
he
somebody
sit down
talk for 20 fucking minutes?
and read
Motherfucker,
Twitter?
like,
Like,
When
what?
people go to the call center and fucking do customer service calls getting screamed at 8 hours a day. Shit, I don't know.
Oh yeah, my headphones are. Yeah, that's right. Chad. I don't know how.
But that's
Tim
basically
does
what
it.
YouTube demands now. 20-minute videos that have like a lot of different, like their own talk shows. I'll be right back.
What?
YouTube
It's not as a talk
demands
show.
content and longer. Yeah, well, they've always
want
have.
there to be more watch time, and that's been a thing for like a decade now.
At least 8 years. At
At
least.
least that's
I'm pretty
been the
sure
major
that was the
focus.
switch. Remember that day they switched
We're
it?
not talking about hours and hours. We're talking about 20 minutes. Oh man.
No music, no be right back.
He's just gone. You can just skip ahead. He's gone for like 2 minutes.
No. We're gonna. No, I'm kidding.
Like this is fucking.
No.
Like look at this. Look at this.
I love how he keeps his coffee like ad there, thinking it's like longer ad space. You know, like
of course, you know that's what he's thinking.
It's
He's
like hypnotic.
really,
like,
I'm a genius.
I gotta buy the coffee.
YouTube is directing content now. I mean, basically.
They always have.
It's called recommended. It's always been there. What do you mean?
If you do like an 8-minute video now,
whoa, hang on.
Directing content now. I mean, basically. If you do like,
I'm just trying to see what he has. 6,700 unchecked emails. No one's getting their coffee brand coffee email back.
But remember, guys, he emails everybody back. For sure.
Everyone.
Yeah.
an 8-minute video now, YouTube just says, we're not going to show that. You got to do 15, 20-minute video.
But you know what? But yeah, you know what? Because YouTube knows what to give to people. If you watch only 10-minute videos for a long time, that's all it will feed you. Most people have second screen YouTube. Like, they want to listen to something for yes.
Videos.
But by the way, you've
have to
got
be like-
Jer complaining about having to play the meta when he's always played the meta. It's always been clickbait. It's always been rage bait. It's always been low effort slop regurgitating articles. That's what it comes down to.
Mhm.
And he's just rattled that he has to put in a few extra minutes into his slop. It's like, how dare you demand that I do 15 minutes instead of 8? Okay. Oh well, bitch, figure it out.
Episodic.
By the way, like, I don't know. Like, I find it difficult to not take 15 or 20 minutes or 30 minutes to talk about something.
It's impossible.
You know? Like,
It's
by the way,
it's
like,
actually impossible.
what's crazy too is, like, as short as Jer's videos are, the true original content of them is even shorter. Because 90% of it is him reading somebody else's words or watching somebody else's video.
Or shilling.
And then he goes, I don't know. What do you think about that, guys? Anyway, go to buy coffee brand coffee. Like, you know what I mean? It's just trash. There's nothing to this content. It's worthless.
But if you're tuning in today, I am live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. So if you're looking for a new morning show, this is my new time.
Imagine
Although
waking up to this.
He doesn't promote it though, by the way, guys. Doesn't promote it at all. That's why the viewership numbers are low. He's been promoting it on nearly every single video for the last few weeks. Oh, and by the way, Melanie Mack still, like a month into this, hasn't shown up to 9 in the morning stream. But don't worry, any day now, I'm sure she'll be waking up at 9 a.m. Yeah.
Oh.
Seems like we're building up a nice little bit of steam. We're growing like maybe 10% every week.
No, you're not growing 10% per week. This is ridiculous.
10%?
Growth is completely flat, if not it's shrinking. Like, there's no 10% growth week over week. That's not true.
I haven't even done a big promo yet. I do a big promo on hey, Bean,
do it then.
Come here.
This is a promo. It's in one of your videos. It's been in a lot of your videos. Like, okay, pump out 2 videos a day, just explaining the schedule then for the next month. I guarantee you it will make zero difference. The people that want to be already know about it, okay? And it's very few people that want to be there, okay? And even if you did want to be there, this is on at 9 in the morning Eastern, okay? 8 in the morning Central. Me, it's 6 in the morning on the West Coast. No one is waking up to this. No one ever will. It's garbage.
You'll stay asleep. It will f up your workday. Oh, we got Lambo Calrissian for a pack it up. 4 chores and 7 beers ago, my bitch wife brought forth in my basement divorce papers and a basket of skid mark BVDs. Buy my pumpkin CBC, please.
By the way, Don Flurgandy has been streaming for like less than 2 months, and he already knows. He goes, if your fans wanted to watch you, they'll find you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a novel concept, bud.
I promise. Just one more shout out. One more shout out. It's there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm going to do a big promo on YouTube now that I basically locked in this time slot.
Oh my God.
What?
Time slot discussion.
The big promo? Do it.
All Huskies are crybaby nuisances.
Okay.
You have to be just kind of normal.
Cryberry.
Let's get into these clowns. By the way, again, last day I'll mention this. I'll give you till like Thursday before I bring it.
Or what? Or you're going to kill us? Like, what do you mean? Or what?
So no, he's saying that he'll give us a break until Thursday, which was also a lie. But it's like, when you have to say, I'll give the audience a break, like, you know that no one likes this. And it's like, if people don't like this, then they're not buying the coffee, man. Like, it gets to the point where it's counterproductive, where it's just constant badgering people and begging.
Cryberry, the new coffee flavor from Coffee Brand Coffee.
Cryberry.
Are you sad?
That might work for Jared. Cryberry and Lieberry for sure. And those will work
the
for
Jared
Jared.
Tears.
And up again because we got another big sale coming up.
Cryberry.
Not asking anyone to buy anything.
We won't.
What I'm asking you to do is go head back to buy.
Somebody tells you, I'm not trying to sell you something. They're trying to sell you something.
No. That's always an Indian on the phone when they call me unprompted.
That is one of the first things in sales class that you drill out of people. Don't say shit like that, you know? Or saying shit like, are you interested? Because it just sets up the objection to go, I'm not interested. Goodbye. Like, these are basic, like, tripwire felts that even the most basic salesperson knows to not say shit like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Well, then what the f are you doing here? I know you're here to sell me some shit.
C.com. It'll bring you directly to our Amazon store. Now that you've gotten your order,
I feel like we're in a time loop. I feel like we're actually like in Twilight Zone, like where the commercial never ends. We're in Clockwork Orange. I got the
week last week. Please. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's 9 a.m. stream. We've got double stream tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, and again at 2 p.m. Eastern with Melanie and Mack.
Didn't show up.
9 a.m. on Wednesday, double stream Thursday, and then 9 a.m. again on Friday. Full week of news for y'all.
That's too many streams. 14 streams every week.
Man.
Like,
well,
God.
he didn't deliver on half of that shit. It was all a disaster.
Just goes, what am I watching? It's like a man struggling to keep it alive. You're watching a man who's like
lots of stuff to talk about.
Together.
I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, right back here. Then back again at 2 p.m. Eastern, same day.
He got drunk
for Tardcast with me and Melanie, or Melanie and I. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and we will see you. In 22.
Yeah, we know. You just said it 3 times.
2 hours.
In okay. Oh my God, I had anxiety from that.
Now we're gonna have a look at the latest edition of the show with Melanie Mack. So this is the Tuesday show. First of all, Jer did not make it Tuesday morning. He lied to all of us. He says he got caught up in errands, so there's no morning show.
Who would do that? Imagine skipping a show.
I couldn't imagine doing that. What a lazy bastard. What a lazy piece of shit.
Deserves to lose it all. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Whoa.
Okay, wait. Let me lower that a little bit.
Hey. Whoa, hey.
Is it laggy on
this
my
time.
No.
Oh, it says, okay, it says screen.
Yeah, it seems like a little laggy on my side.
It's the inevitable tech disaster. So from second one of the live stream, it was a complete and utter train wreck disaster, which it usually is, especially when Mel is there. Look at Mel. Imagine Mel's shock that once again, this live stream is a total disaster. a complete and utter mess. Imagine her shock.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, let me refresh real quick.
Okay.
It's not even close.
Hi, chat. How's it going?
This is
Okay,
my
we're
nightmare.
now in hell.
This is my
Nightmare. Help me. I'm in an unimaginable pain. Help me. Oh my God. We now have a Melanie Mack solo stream. And I've left most of this in.
Stop.
Strap in. Because it's deer in headlights, but like it's a sink or swim moment. Because normally she'll just sit there hoping the chair comes back. But like 30 seconds pass and Jared's not back. So she now has to carry the show for the next 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you?
4?
This
is
Ash. The work, Andy.
I don't know.
You
I don't
have no idea.
I have some idea.
How bad this is going to be. And in fact, this is Andy's time to shine during the segment. And you'll see why.
Oh no, is it about video games?
Yeah, it is, bud. And a bunch of games that I have no
All right, there we go. Let's see her takes. Ready?
You all have a wonderful weekend and
No,
Monday.
she had to pull out the house
She's
weekend.
Had to pull out the weekend coat, buddy. Oh no.
Let's see. We've got okay. It's still
look
the
at him
ghost
go.
of Jer.
He's doing the grifter shuffle. Whoa, hey, is it working? No, Jer, it's not, bud. It's absolutely buddy. Absolutely cooked, bro.
You're millionaire, sir.
I don't know.
Your 3 internet connections, sire.
I'm still a little leggy, huh?
Still a little leggy? That is the leggiest.
Mel's going to gaslight him and tell him it's fine because she doesn't want to have to do any amount of work whatsoever. By the way, I just want to point out to everybody the stream was less than an hour long.
No.
Without the intros, it was 55 minutes. So Melanie Mack is getting paid $500 for 55 minutes of work.
Props to Mel.
Terrible. It should be fine.
No.
Okay.
It was not, in fact, fine.
Let's see here.
How is this
It's so awkward. Like, why is Mel doing these faces like this?
Okay.
She's so sad. Look at her. She's sad.
Horrifying.
I
look at that.
Okay, first of all, like, there's 2 things there. First of all, we have like Jer is like a backrooms entity.
Scary Jer. Scary Jer.
Yeah, the scared Jer. It's a cryptid, buddy. Count the pixels of creepy pasta Jer. Yeah. But then you've got Mel look so sad. Like her dog just died or something. Like, holy it's despair. Jer has inspired despair in Mel.
Despair Jer.
Roblox.
Oh, we got the wide angle shot.
We got the wide angle shot.
Low
Holy
LOD.
shit.
It's low LOD.
It is.
Weird. Okay, hold it down. I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Every Jer shot's a wide angle. You know, it takes some space to fit a guy in that thing. No! Hi, everyone! Imagine being married to that bitch and having to hear that voice. Oh my God. Help me. I just couldn't imagine it. And then imagine you have an argument and she gets even more shrill and annoying. Buddy, Johnny Junker's like, brother. We praying for you, dog. We praying for you, dog.
Words. So you like those videos of FIFA visitors loving on America?
Okay, not a good start. Let's hear that again.
She
like
basically jared that.
Yeah.
Like she just mushed him out.
The
Couldn't
soul
even
of Jer. She saw scared Jer.
The spirit of scared Jer is alive in Melanie Mack.
So FIFA visitors loving on America. Those were very wholesome. I did catch a little bit of that. It was wholesome.
Oh my God.
It was.
Was it? That's all you've got.
Oh, someone
It's
says
wholesome.
lovely Monday,
2
and then they
words,
got the
that's the
sniffles.
take.
Are you sick? I just started getting over.
You can tell she's
a
pissed
cold.
that she's having to do anything.
I'm like this.
Like she's so rattled that she's having to do any sort of interaction with chat, any sort of performance whatsoever, because usually she just sits there and says nothing. And then just goes, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's been, well, I mean, like, it wasn't terrible. That's the problem with these like colds that have been going around that have been going around is that like it's not awful. It's not like
the problem with these colds is they're not awful. Okay.
What do you mean?
The problem
isn't that a good thing?
By the way, with these colds going around, like you're in Texas, like the rest of it, like you're in a specific area. You know what I mean? There's different strains going around all over the world. It's different. Like you can't universally speak like that.
You know when they go, there's a cold going around. It's like, when isn't there?
By the way, it's summer.
Yeah, like
it's like the least likely time of the year to come down sick. No, like
she's sick of this shit.
Keep you down. So, which I guess is kind of okay because then you can spend time gaming and stuff without feeling too terrible.
This is the equivalent of like if you crashed, I went. No,
that would be better because that might actually entertain somebody if you were to say, you know what I mean?
We're waiting for
just
PvP.
The worst. And by the way, what this confirms is that she just has never had to develop any actual opinions, thoughts of her own, showmanship, talent, whatsoever. Everything has just been handed to her because she's a woman in a male-dominated nerd space. That's just the obvious truth of this. Because if you can't step in and start actually talking about something, anything, it's over. Like you're not. And the thing is, bitch, as you get older and older and more walled, it's a law of diminishing returns. She's got a couple years left, if that. I don't even think she has that. I don't think she has anything left once this quartering money dries up. If she tries to go back to live streaming, she's not going to make. There's a reason she stopped in the first place. She wasn't even making $50 on a lot of these live streams, guys. It's going to be even worse now that she's married. She's had this massive controversy, and she knows the moment she goes live once again, which she was trying to talk about how she was going to do, she's going to get bombarded with oranges. She's going to get pressed about the drama. She's not going to know what to do, and she's going to spiral. That's what's going to happen. So she's just trapped in this purgatory. It's tough.
So, yeah, I've been playing. I got back to Dragon Quest 1 remaster. I've been playing that. And I played some Rune Factory 3. I found my old 3DS and Rune Factory games. So I was like, oh, I'm going to play a little Rune Factory 3.
Do you know what Rune Factory is, Ash?
Uh-huh.
It's Harvest Moon with fighting.
So I did that yesterday.
I love Harvest Moon, but Rune Factory is not very good.
And then, and that was fun.
Well, you're right, Lady Snowblood. It is that she's a lazy hoe with no work ethic and no desire or ambition to improve. You are right about that, but I do think a big factor in it is that she's been enabled to not have to develop any sort of talent because she's a woman, and she's been gifted opportunities that she doesn't deserve simply because of the way that she looked. I think that that's very hard to debate, you know.
People are saying Rune Factory 4 is really good. Mixed reviews on Steam. No, thank you.
Back to Dragon Quest. I need to actually beat Dragon Quest 1, so then I'll get back to my cozy games like Rune Factory. And I played this one on Switch called Sunhaven.
By the way, like that's the review. It's not like we don't dive into the mechanics of the game, the story, nothing. Like it's just like, okay, this is what I'm playing. And we're supposed to find that interesting just by virtue that Melanie Mack like is playing the game. Yeah. Like this is the thing. In her mind, whatever she's doing is interesting just by virtue of her doing it because she's a woman on the internet. Like it's a mentality.
Played it for a bit, a couple hours, I would say. It was fun. I like the style and all that, but it's like,
okay.
I just like the.
Ash, you gotta snap.
What about the
style? It just made
style?
me want to play like.
Ash, you know me. I love video games. I could talk about it for like 10 hours. Like 80% of the locals is me talking about video games. I have never heard someone talk about video games, and I'm like, please stop, God, help me, no. Shut up. This is the worst gaming segment I've seen.
Story of Seasons or Room Factory or something like that, because I feel like those are a little more refined.
Okay.
New ink. No, I don't have new ink. I don't know if you would be talking about this. This is a necklace.
Okay.
Okay, we're on the necklace.
So this is the necklace. So I just want to point out for everybody what this necklace is. So Twitter user Lady Nika, okay, has made this post exposing Melanie Mack's neo-pagan satanic necklace. So she's removed the crucifix of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, and replaced it with this neo-pagan idolatry. So we see here, if we pull up this tweet I just sent you.
Okay, let's check it out from Lady Nick.
Yes.
Being careful how I, word that. Here, I have it on screen. It's on the other webpage.
So you see here, it's demonic. And as a Christian, she should know better than to wear it. Know them by their fruit. This is a sign of witchcraft. So this is the triple goddess symbol. It's a popular neo-pagan and Wiccan icon. It depicts a full moon flanked by a waxing crescent on the left and a waning crescent on the right. So you have the maiden represented by the waxing crescent symbolizing new beginnings. And this is a lunar deity. So she's worshiping a deity other than Jesus Christ and glorifying this other deity. So she has turned herself over to the devil. This is demonic worship here. This is sick stuff for Melanie Mack. I don't know what happened if Johnny Junker's homosexuality, if he'd placed this on her to have the demons take over her body or what, but Melanie Mack has fully become a pagan, subversive, demonic agent of the devil, and she is trying to sell all of our souls down the river to Satan. This is sickening stuff. Sickening stuff. She needs to repent immediately.
Yep.
Wearing that a lot. Some people are like kind of salty about it because they're like, you took off your cross necklace and started wearing.
She replaced it with that's even crazier.
Yeah, it's necklace. A satanic symbol.
Lock her up in hell.
Like a necklace, you have to wear the same necklace every single day for the rest of your life. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, you're a Christian, like you got your Christian grift, but it's not just a new necklace. It's a pagan symbol of a lunar deity goddess, bish.
And you talk about God all the time, Melanie. You should be always wearing it.
If it was anybody else that was wearing it, she would say they're demonic and worshiping the devil, and they need to repent because it's neo-pagan and that's not right, and it's leading other people down the wrong path. But when she does it, it's just a fashion statement, right? Just the same way as how the Bible tells women to dress modestly, but Melanie Mack shows off her non-existent cleavage and wears chokers and shows her full arms and back and all the time. But, that's for other women to follow the actual rules of the Bible. But heaven forbid somebody sucks at, oh my God.
Yeah, heaven. Wait, what? Wait, what?
I take it a lot, so I'm wearing it a lot.
I almost blindly agreed to that.
I was waiting for it. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait a second.
Wait, what?
Whoa. Chill. It is Pride.
What a Canadian statement.
That's why we took Monday off. It was for Pride month.
It's for Pride month, buddy.
So it's like, I thought it was cute, so I'd be wearing it.
Oh my God.
You just started Walking Dead season 1. Oh, so good.
We're now.
There we go.
We're talking about Walking Dead season 1.
Oh man, thank God. The sight for sore eyes. It's Jer.
Thanks, Jer. Honestly,
I've never been so thankful to see Jer in all my life, Jer.
We're too hard on Jer.
It's good to see you, Jer. Save us, Jer Bear.
Jer, you got this.
There was some sort of Windows update that installed, and that's never a good sign. I'm always like, there's a
buddy,
Windows
you
update.
can't figure out how to do a Windows update?
Hang on. That's not true, though, Ash. I have to do a Windows update. I haven't done it. My OBS is working. Explain that, Jer.
It's like, oh no, what's gonna mess up now?
Yeah, it's never good. I heard the Mothra thing. Like,
Mothra. Wait,
what?
Mothra? Because the necklace has moth on it.
Fuck,
where's Mothra on your
Mothra? That's not Mothra. The Godzilla villain.
Yeah.
Wait, what is he talking about?
hotness scale compared to Godzilla, though.
What? Wait, what happened? That's out of whole cloth right there. What are you talking?
This is out of pocket. We're now talking about how sexy Godzilla monsters are. I'm ringing the bell for that, too. Jerry's is scaly, huh? He's turned on by Godzilla? Moths? What?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Kiba, if I offended your love for Rune Factory. I take it back.
Is gonna ruin Godzilla for us too? This guy.
I hope not.
And Predator.
I would say Mothra. She's like a solid.
And Predator. What? What is talk? What?
7 in hotness, but
Okay.
like, you know,
That's
like
solid.
Godzilla. Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
mind you, this is one of these things, right? Where they're like, when a woman says this, people go, "Oh, that's cute," but you know, right? Well, like if a guy ever said, like, they're a mental patient, and she's a mental patient too. Like, what are we talking about? The sexiness of moths? What are we doing?
It's more like a 9. Predator's a 10.
Right. Well, I have to open the show with an admonishment here.
Okay.
All future movie reviews from you will now be placed under a 30-day recommendation review period.
Oh.
What?
I did watch They're Trying to Kill Me.
Okay.
They will kill you.
They will kill you.
It's Jer's life.
Did you not like
The
it?
Red F-150 is trying to kill me. I'm under attack.
I'm rattled, bro.
This is the worst show. Your right-wing talk show, sir.
Yo.
This is terrible.
Okay.
I thought it was fun.
It's fine. It was a fine movie. I think I give it a 4.
Okay.
But it could have been a 6
Did your
or 7.
wife like it?
No, she hated it.
Oh, see, because I feel like it's made for girls. Like that's why I thought. But
You're weakening me now because I could see I'm disappointing you.
it's
But,
okay.
That's
it's
a weird way to phrase that.
You're weakening me.
You're weakening me because I see I disappointed you. Like that's grimy, Jer. Like the implication there is not good. But
Weird, right?
it's
allowed
simp
to not-
language. Like it's that he's getting turned on by Mel. So he's gonna simp and then say it was a good movie because he doesn't want to disappoint this woman he puts on a pedestal and worships. Like it's twisted.
like it.
I wasn't like, if I would have went in with different expectations, I would have came out with a definitely different score.
Okay.
Like, I definitely.
So I don't know if I left this in, but Jer
you know-
says in this discussion that he hates Kill Bill as well.
What? Who hates Kill Bill?
Well, you just wait though. We're gonna get to hear all of his Tarantino takes in a second.
Okay.
It's definitely my favorite of all Tarantino. I also like
Tarantino. So he's saying that Hateful Eight is his favorite Tarantino movie.
What? The hottest take of all time.
Yeah.
That movie's
Tarantino.
That movie's okay.
Yeah, I mean
it's okay.
He's on that big black dingus. That's the thing is Jared loved it because it was on Samuel L. Jackson's is black. You know, that's Jared was fired up because he's
I don't know, man.
Definitely my favorite of all Tarantino. I also liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, probably the second best.
Really? Second best?
These are his takes. His takes are that Hateful Eight and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood are the best
I'm not
ones.
a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood fan at all. I thought it was
buddy.
mid. The worst
Holy
two. That is the
shit.
worst two movies, I think.
No, buddy.
Besides
Jackie Brown's the best one, buddy.
That's number
Reservoir
3 or
Dogs.
2.
I don't know. I think that pretty much. I think the worst ones are like Death Proof. This is pretty easy, buddy.
Like Death Proof.
We got Jimmy Gianni, but this is all like basic. For 2,000 kicks, you're weakening me. Jer is a simp to a girl who married 2 gay guys, and he still couldn't get in because he's for tired. And suffer, Jer, suffer forever. And we got Nigma for 1,000 kicks. Says Mel would be based if she was a neo-pagan. Grifting Christianity is overdone. We've spotted the neo-pagan, boys.
Yeah.
We've spotted the rare species of neo-pagan that hasn't been seen since like 2018. He's an Apollonian. Or is he a Dionysian? I mean, I don't know. He probably watches Richard Spencer in the Big 2-6. Okay, we've got Lambo Calrissian says, okay, we read that one. Jen Cook says Jared doesn't even have basic business acumen, no understanding of content creation revenue. No wonder he's a broke bish. H-Town Lord says Jared thinks he can get disabled people to watch his streams. Buddy, DSP stole them with his Pokemon content and Rage compilations. Falling Rock says Jared's going to end up in a hotel with stinky toes. I see the future. Okay. Strong like bull for 2,000 kicks. Quarter pounder did nothing wrong. He did everything correct. Never has a grifter failed upwards more until now. Alert. Okay, and we're caught up now. Let's finish off this.
Let's go.
And then let's go.
By the way, in an emergency situation, I have used women's restroom before as an adult.
Right.
What the Why would you say
Wait a
this?
minute. What? Why would you admit that, bro? Whoa, buddy.
Every shit he does is an emergency.
He's using the women's restroom. Look at Mel. She's like, what the fuck are you saying?
He's taking a slosher.
One of the biggest things in the conservative movement is defending the woman's washroom from trannies. You know what I mean? This is the line in the sand that we've drawn. This far and no farther, tranny. Okay? This is what we're conserving, right? And so Jer is now on this sacrosanct, sacred principle that the women's washroom is only for women. And he's invading women's spaces, pretending to be a woman in order to use the bathroom, in order to fulfill his sick fetish of pooping in front of women. He's a sick man. sick man.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah.
I went in, I was like, is anybody in here? Like, it was it was an emergency. I remember pulling over to McDonald's and I was like, is anybody in here? Is anybody in here? And it was like,
he's always having
anxiety,
like, diarrhea, emergency diarrhea. Would they look at Mel? Mel's not understanding. She's like, if this guy kicked down the door of the women's washroom with his pants around his ankles and panic diarrhea in the stall next to me, I would be so rattled. That's a sticker of Mel, isn't it? Like, that's
why
she's
is he
got
talking
the
about sloshers?
This is all that he does. This is what he does, bro. This is asking like why a bird, why it flies, or a fish, why it swims. Jeremy Hambly poops his pants in Walmarts and McDonald's. Okay.
Say on the bathroom emergency. But if you want to watch us live Monday through Friday at 9 Eastern or Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 Eastern, we're live on Rumble. Just search up Recording
Why
One
do
Word.
I do this to myself,
Follow
man?
Sarah
Why do I
exclusively on-
look at Mel? She looks so rattled, dude. Holy she's like, what the
happened?
I don't know. She's pissed.
Did she
We
see
got
something that popped
Ramsos
up?
85 for 10 subs.
Let's go, big.
Drunk says it's not an adult film, but look up the synopsis for the movie. And Jared keeps going like this. It'll be like his life. You haven't seen, buddy?
Oh yeah.
So was this like? No, it came out a few years ago. I think it was like this straight to like DVD or video on demand. It was like a Joker ripoff. So it came out around the same time as Joker.
Okay.
And it was trying to like subvert the energy of Joker towards being a cuckold. So it's about this guy that starts watching Richard Spencer. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, they basically all but tell you like this YouTuber he's watching is Richard Spencer, and he gets radicalized by Richard Spencer, but then he meets like this woman, and he's like this incel. He meets this like woman that films cuck, and then he starts agreeing to be in the cuck. Okay. And then like Richard Spencer sees the cuck that he's in, and then like publicly humiliates him on his show and says that this guy's a cuck and for nobody in the movement to trust him. And then Buddy crashes out and like kills everybody and himself.
Whoa.
That was an insane.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
The Jeremy Hambly story, buddy.
The Jerdozer?
Rumble. We now have a new TikTok trend called the Austin Bop.
It was a shitty movie. I wouldn't watch it.
And there's lyrics and there's music to it.
Your right-wing talk show, sire.
Because
I'm tired, boss.
Yeah,
he's tired. Let's go. He's tired, boss.
I'm for tired, boss. I'm for tired, boss.
He's for tired.
Oh, big racism got him.
Oh, if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure you check out our live stream, which will be linked in the description. I do want to give a huge shout out, by the way, to Melanie alone, apparently.
What the fuck?
Yeah, to Melanie, apparently.
It's another disaster.
Huge shout out to.
I was like, can this guy really be this retarded? Like, what is my life? And she, by the way, she flushed everything down the toilet for Jer. Like, she went all in on Jer, and this is what you've got.
Imagine.
Rumble Wallet.
I love how you use the word toilet there. And
look at her there. Look at her there.
Rumble Wallet again. Wow.
If you don't have it already, it's a great opportunity to get it.
You can tell she's
Melanie's
mad.
Face here, but
he's gonna cover up the shame of it all.
We'll swap so you guys.
He's like, listen, if you're in the middle of your goon sesh, I won't interrupt you. Hold on.
This is the most. This show is so disjointed, isn't it? Like,
it's terrible.
These guys can't run a. Like, it's just
to save their lives.
We hear a lot about crypto, but here's what most people miss. Crypto
do we
was
anymore?
Created so you could actually own and control your own money.
I don't hear much about crypto.
2008's financial crisis.
No, he's lagging. He's roboting.
Created so you could actually own and control your own money. After 2008's financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money, delaying transfers, or limiting access, you're in control. And if you've ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you felt that problem. Now fast forward to today. So with that, I've got to make a vet appointment here. I've got 6 minutes to get there. So I've got to jump off. But I owe you guys.
So we're meant to believe.
Wait, 6 minutes?
Yeah.
It's impossible. What are you going to teleport
He
there?
lives like 30 minutes from the city.
Yeah, like what the
So stream this week, so I will give that to you. Make sure you're back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. I'll be live, and we'll probably do an afternoon stream to meet up.
He was late
to make up for.
We'll
today
get there.
too.
Now he
Thanks
talks about going
in.
to the vet, right? So you figure he'd go to the vet to get his dog's medication, but then he's like, his whole stream the next day is about how he can't afford his medication for the dog. And that's why the dog had a seizure. And da da da.
But the show's doing better than ever, though.
I know. We'll get there. But first, I want to bring this up. So last Thursday's show with Quartering and Melanie Mack, I just couldn't do it. But there was a Kiwi Farms user, and I forget his name actually, but he clipped this up. I should have credited this to him, but I clipped his version of it down a little bit.
Okay.
That wanted to make sure that this moment did not fade away into memory, that Jer be exposed for this. Now, if you look at Melanie Mack's face, if you just zoom in on it, you can tell that Jer's saying some suspect that's making Melanie Mack reconsider all of her life choices, right?
Okay.
So Jeremy has been constantly bringing this up, this situation with McJuggerNuggets aborting his Down syndrome child.
Yeah.
Now, Melanie Mack is like staunchly pro-life, right?
Yeah.
Because she's a Christian and so am I, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But Jer doesn't have that same view.
Fair.
He believes that they should have kept the child to make money off of the child.
Use them like an animal.
Yeah. So let's have a listen.
Yeah.
Put your mind. I'm putting my mind where Jesse Ridgway's mind is.
Right, yeah.
What
Think
an
of all the money you
excuse.
could make monetizing your downs,
Jer,
baby.
that's your mind. That's your mind. That's not his mind. He's like, yeah, I'm putting myself in his mind to excuse the completely unjustifiable, insane shit I'm about to say. Hey, this is evil. This is evil. Okay, bring it back. Somebody says they didn't even hear it. Let's hear this. Okay, hear him out.
I'm putting my mind where Jesse Ridgway's mind is.
Right, yeah.
Think of all the money you could make monetizing your downs, baby.
So it's like they could have griefed if they're going to grift. If they're going to grift.
Your Christian commentator, sire.
Dude.
You're pro-life, supporting the dignity of every person.
What?
Grift anyway. Grift on
your Christian grift off of the Down syndrome baby.
Put him on a leash. Put a camera there. Film him. Look, he's
the Downs baby. Yeah.
If you're gonna grift on the Downs thing, have the baby, and you have 18 years of content.
Okay, that's
like a lot of people probably didn't believe me when I said
I believed
18 years of content. Like this.
I actually did believe you. I had no. Usually, I'm like, is he exaggerating? No, I was like, yep, he probably said that.
This is actually the worst possible take you could have on the entire thing. Like,
you know, like there's like,
there's famously, and then it could help offset any.
I actually have it. Like, you could either say, don't do it, abortion's bad, or do it, it's a burden on your family. Either or. It's like, I've never heard
take of the baby. Let's make them a circus sideshow attraction in order to profit off of.
That's unhinged.
Making somebody who's special needs a spectacle for other people's amusement and entertainment.
That's crazy.
I know it's ghoulish to say, but I'm just putting myself in his headspace. You know?
No, you're not. That's your headspace. His headspace was not that because he didn't do that. You sick freak. That's your mindset, bro. That's 100% you. Okay. Whoa.
Grift on a live baby.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then I mean,
so the child exists only to be grifted. So then he's pulling up examples that he's seen of people grifting off of Down syndrome. Like this,
I don't know. Make millions a year on a cooking show.
Exactly,
millions a year.
And you know what? He could have made a ton of money, and it would have been fine.
Well, here you go. I'm not 18 years of content.
I'm not saying exploit them.
That's what he's saying.
It's like he's been like grasping it for topics.
Yes, for 3 years he's been trying to become relevant again.
There you go.
I'll make the reference I was going to make off VOD live because I think it's not great.
So he wouldn't record it. So he knows what he's about to say is right. So he's doing the DSP unrecorded bag segment where it doesn't end up in the videos uploaded to Phil's channel where he's haranguing everybody for money like a crackhead. So Jer ends his recording that he's going to put on YouTube to tell us all like some twisted. And if you're going to say this twisted, like just don't say it. If you know how it is, don't say it.
Okay.
Like, but by the way, like this is the thing, right? Like you're trying to represent the pro-life position and you know how every life has dignity and every soul is equal in the eyes of God. And you just come across as a demented, evil piece of shit to turn your own child into a revenue stream. Like the fact that you think like that, and that's how all liberals are going to think all conservative pro-life people are, is just like heartless monsters that want to exploit people for profit. Like it's just a really bad look. But go ahead, Jer. Tell us all, Jer.
Hear it.
All right. Okay. What I was going to say is think of zoos.
Think of zoos.
Like zoos are not
so at least dehumanizing. So this is the thing.
Yeah.
when you view a Down syndrome child as being on the level of an animal, what's wrong with euthanasia then? If it's not a person, if it's like an animal in a zoo, what's wrong with abortion then? So you're denying their humanity and saying they're no better than an animal that should be put in a zoo on display for people's exploitation and amusement. But this is our pro-life Christian answer? What?
Yo.
But maybe the circus would be better. But
the circus? So, like, even Mel knows. She's like, this is twisted. We're talking about like a circus freak show of people with Down syndrome. It's like they're not a sideshow freak. Like,
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Also worse.
Yeah.
Like zoos are probably better.
Yeah.
Like zoos, you know, they cage these animals. People say, "Oh my god,
Jesus Christ!"
They're caging a person with Down syndrome.
These animals.
Look at Mel. She knows this is. This is greasy, bro.
They're not living in the, most zoos nowadays, at least in America, these animals were born in captivity. They were not.
Okay, wait.
So I think we've opened this whole can of worms of defending the zoos and like equating Down syndrome people's lives to animals in captivity and putting them in cages. Like, what are we talking about?
You know, like
he's eating from my hand.
But like,
oh, Arian says, "Let him cook." Okay, bud.
Holy shit.
Let him cook.
Like he could have done so much. Like, yeah, you might argue like, oh, I don't love zoos. You know, they keep people.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, no, he's straight up being like, listen, you could say like, okay, Down syndrome people in the zoo, you don't like how they treat them, but they'll be dead otherwise. So we need to put them in the zoo. What?
Well, you know, these rhinoceros should be on the Serengeti or whatever. But that zoo makes millions of dollars and like.
So we just have no ethics or morals at all. It's just as long as it makes millions of dollars. And this is how he views the world, folks. Remember, years ago, we covered this a few months ago with Belle Delphine's OnlyFans. He said, you can't argue with how many millions it makes. You can't argue with that. So she should get that back. That was back before he tried to pretend that he was this trad conservative Christian man, right? But it's like these moments happen. And look at Mel. She knows that this is fucked.
Well, it's
look at
insane.
Her. Like, zoom in. Like, what are you saying?
Contributes to habitat protection and all this kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, the habitat protection of Down syndrome people.
At no point could he have just said, like, even if he's a diabolical sociopath like me.
Yeah.
So Jared admits he's a sociopath that wants to profit off of the mentally disabled. Okay.
Like, he could have not only provided for his family for the next 18 to 20, 30 years, but he could have really done some good for the Down syndrome community.
Oh, I'm sure that's what you're concerned about, is doing good for the Down syndrome community by putting them in zoos.
That was crazy.
Wasn't it? Okay. So now we go into Wednesday's show. And actually, you know what? Go to that one on the bottom. It's up.
Sure thing.
But so we can see here, these are Jer's Wednesday streams. And we can see that one is 14 minutes long and the other isn't even an hour long. So we can conclude just by that, went really, really wrong. Went really bad. But you're not even going to believe how bad things went, even though I've already told you. You're going to have to see it for yourself.
But
so we're going to start off.
He won't say sexual assault, but he'll call the video by Muslims, or the YouTube video says the rape epidemic or whatever. The
young white girls by Muslims. So you guys will see, like, the amount of excuses he makes, and then to just call the video the epidemic or whatever is wild. But we don't even get into the here first. So we see here the 5-minute countdown timer has reached 0, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now watch what happens.
Good morning, everybody. How are all of you doing? Sorry
That'll
for the
be
late
in the second
start.
one, actually. But so he's late. So he's late already. He's an hour late, and the stream is only going to go 14 minutes. It's a total disaster.
How?
Total disaster.
14 minutes?
I woke up with a bullseye style rash on my leg.
Let's go! Jer, by the way, you don't have to tell us all this stuff, man. You understand you don't have to share every medical condition you have, every ailment, every embarrassing detail of your life with the internet, right? But he's telling us he woke up with this rash, this bullseye rash.
Do you believe it?
We'll get to. I don't even believe him.
No,
he's full of shit. He's
bro.
lying.
This is
You
dog
play the
ate my
victim.
homework.
Yes.
This is dog ate my homework shit.
And now I am worried if I will ever be able to eat meat again.
So he's
I have to deal
concerned
with
that a tick bit him, and he believes that it's a bioengineered tick that Bill Gates created to make him in particular allergic to eating steak. Okay. So this is one of these fear-mongering articles that he's done about these bioengineered ticks or whatever. So he immediately jumps to the conclusion that he'll never be able to eat meat again, which is probably true. He's now completely allergic to meat. Meat's off the menu, Jer. Suffer, Jer. You're now a ass vegan who's developing sores all over his body, bitch.
He's trying to make it as bad as possible for money and sympathy, but no one believes him. It's probably a mosquito bite. Like, what are the chances?
It's over for him, bro.
I had to
It's
call
over
around.
for him.
Oh, yeah,
He's got Lyme disease. It's going to his brain.
But he's been at the doctors every week for the last 4 years.
I know.
And stuff like that. I guess I can just go get something from the pharmacist for it, so I don't have to go to the doctor.
Wait, you think you might have a tick bite from those Lyme and you won't see a doctor? Don't you see a doctor every day,
He's
though?
going,
So here's what's
he's
going to
just
happen.
going to go to the pharmacist and they're going to fix it. But it's like, if it's not a big deal, why are you even telling us? Well, it's because it's why I'm late. Really? Okay.
I'm going to cover this travesty in the UK.
Yeah.
And the United States, quite frankly.
What?
Then I'm going to go to the pharmacy.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Get some tick bite medicine and hope I...
Imagine you're covering the rape of 250,000 women and you go, I have a rash on my leg.
You know what I mean? Like, aren't there bigger problems in the world? Why do we have to hear about this? Really?
I can eat meat again. And hope it's not anything too serious.
Oh, 250,000 women were raped.
This
A
is where
quarter.
yeah, it's always a quarter, isn't it? It always is. But this is the thing. The reason he brings this up is in the hopes that someone will buy the coffee or give him money because they feel bad for him. And he just doesn't realize that, like, you just get clowned for this shit. Nobody's going to give you anything. You're just a loser.
Why is it always a quarter? He's the quarterling, I'm telling you.
I don't think it's
Oh my God! You don't think
right,
at all,
you don't
but
think.
there is no brainwave activity detected. He's a retard alert! Retard alert! Well, it is, Monkey. It's way better to treat it early. Like, you have to catch this shit early with Lyme's disease, or it will absolutely rape you. But
that was the famous line from Dark Fist, the movie. That's right, you don't think.
It automatically means you have Lyme's disease. I think it just means that there's a tick in there and you get on some antibiotics
just wait,
or something.
bro.
Yeah, just wait for it. See what
I had a feeling this would
it.
happen. The ticks have been really bad. I've had them on me before, but I've even had them in me before. But
what?
The ticks are in him? Whoa, buddy.
That sounds gay.
I've never had this.
he pluralized Lyme disease. He said
Well, he does have a lot of ticks, doesn't he?
He said he has Lyme's disease.
He does all these ticks with his neck. Oh.
Perfect circle rash around what looks like a spot, at least where a tick is. But I will say, I have been feeling extremely like sore. And
he's
stiff.
sore.
He's tired.
He's stiff. He's tired. He's always complaining. He's a little bitch. We have to hear about all of his problems as we're trying to escape from ours. It's great.
And maybe that's why. I don't know. And of course, my anxiety's out of control now. I just keep looking at it, hoping
his anxiety's out of control. He's having panic attacks, panic diarrhea, the anxiety spiral, the full 9. It's great to see Jer suffer and tell us about his suffering, which I'm sure is only the tip of the sufferberg, really. There's probably a lot more suffering we don't even see. Yes. What are the limes for, Jer?
What are the Lyme disease for?
Be there when I look back down.
The Lambers. The Lambeers for 5 subs. Let's go. Big support.
And we got Lambo Calrissian says, once I lost the ability to eat red meat, I needed a reason to go on. That reason was creating the Hambly Home for Downs Kids, brought to you by Coffee Brand Coffee. Now you can watch Down syndrome children on 24/7 live cams and send TTS to abuse them whenever you want. Wow, thanks Hambly's Home for Downs Kids. Meme. That's what his idea is.
That's
like
crazy.
Why doesn't he go adopt a bunch of Down syndrome children then if it's such a great money-making scheme for him? Like, it really is crazy, bro. Then we've got Sunset 90. He says he woke up to and it burns. Nice, Jer. Then we got Cambridge Police says you can hear Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron singing Greatest Show. Well, Jer starts talking about how they should put Down syndrome people in the circus. And Axie says, why don't we put you in a zoo, Jer, and I pelt peanuts at you, you piece of shit. And we got Importer Exporter says, Jackie Brown, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction are goated. Once Upon a Time's good. Inglourious Bastards is propaganda. Quentin Tarantino's Run by the Jews, blah, blah. Raw sauce, bro, for 5 subs.
Let's go. I'm just like, yep. By the way, are you excited for the new Austin Powers movie they're making?
No, buddy. They're not going to make the Verizon commercial. No. Buddy, he didn't age well.
Ash.
Well, he's been saying this for like 20 years now. How he has the story for it and everything. Like, I'll believe it when I see this guy got felted by Love Guru and never recovered, bro. He just like went into hiding.
That movie
is brutal, bro. The Leafs won the Stanley Cup. Well, Mini-Me's dead, bro. So like they're not like they're just gonna make it without him, or they're gonna get like Warwick Davis to play him or something. Who's gonna? What about Shrek 5?
No, they're gonna CGI the.
They're gonna AI.
They're gonna AI Bird. Yeah,
they could AI him. I think just let it die. You know, like the third one wasn't even that good anyway. You know,
Goldfinger.
It's okay. Goldmember. It's okay.
Goldmember. Sorry,
but I just feel like they have wrung it all out of that franchise. Like, but maybe Mike Myers has one more left in him. Maybe. I doubt it.
And hoping that it's gonna fade.
The classic Mike Myers.
Now there's like
Kanye
a fucking
West,
strong, like there's now like a strong debate in the comment. A lot of people are defending Goldmember big time.
I love that. Like, I watched it 3 times in the theaters, or 4 or something. Me and my friends went every weekend until it was out. Yeah.
Imagine being old enough to see it in the theater, buddy. I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, I must have been 14, 13. Ooh.
But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this gang story because
he's going to do this. It was 2002. I was 6 years old.
Wow.
Holy bro. That was 2002.
Damn.
That was, bro, that's a long, long time ago. Holy.
In 24 years. There's no way.
It's far bigger than any whatever is going on with me. Run to the pharmacy. Talk to the pharmacist.
I remember the first Austin Powers. I watched them at my cousin's house. The peeing scene. Remember where he's peeing after being unfrozen?
Yeah.
I had a mini heart attack as a kid. I was crying. I remember pure clearly. And my cousins were laughing at me, laughing so hard.
I guess I can get.
Oh, I remember that.
I guess I don't have to go to the doctor. I just have to show them this thing, and they'll give you a prescription or something for it. And then I'll come back, and then we'll do another stream. Put tetrazine around your property. I mean, it's 37 acres. Yes.
Jer, just do your show.
Jer, what about so we're meant to believe that Jer goes to all 37 acres of the property. How about just sprinkle it around the boundaries of where you actually go on the property, bro?
No,
we're meant to believe
lawn,
that.
Bro. What are we doing here?
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, Jared. Do your show.
So yeah, if I see him, that's why I started late, and that's why I'm a little distracted, and I'm going to keep looking down at it every time I record this because it's bothering me. But it's not like I can just walk right into the doctor.
I'm going to die. Jared, stop.
I guess you can go to the pharmacist.
This is the worst show ever.
It's not legally a show. If you were in the court of law, you could not prove that this is a show.
Yeah, you need antibiotics. If you do get,
yes, I'm actually losing.
You need antibiotics, Jer.
Alpha gal. There's been some people getting over it with acupuncture.
So Jer's now down to the hope and he's gonna recover from not being able to eat meat again by using acupuncture to defeat the tick. I'm sure that's gonna work, bro. Yep, definitely.
This is actually insane.
Let's not go to the worst case scenario. That's what my anxiety brain does. So
his anxiety brain.
Don't
suffer, Jer. Suffer, bitch. You have anxiety brain like a teenage girl. How does that make you feel? Anxious? I bet, bitch.
This is actually crazy, dude.
Send me into a spiral. It will turn you gay.
Jared talking is
he's gonna amputate his leg now. This is what he's talking about.
Jared talking is the verbal equivalent of being in the back rooms. It just never ends. There's no end in
and it's uncanny. There's just something off about the way that he talks where no real human would talk that way.
Exactly.
Tate, I'd rather have a fake leg, I guess. It's way up on my leg though, so I'll lose the whole thing. I'll just be a stump.
He's gonna lose his whole leg. He's gonna be a stump. He's gonna lose one of his 4 limbs.
Let's see.
He's going to be quartered. He's gonna lose a quarter of his limbs, buddy. It's tough. He's the incredible stump.
Alpha gal, there's no rash. This Lyme disease. I don't think it's alpha gal. Let's not go that
it's
far.
Over.
It's just a tick.
Guys, it's just a tick, bro. Bill Gates isn't going to use the weaponized ticks to take my leg and my eating meat. Please, guys. Imagine working yourself up and believing that that's actually going to happen. That you're going to be allergic to meat and that Bill Gates is going to take your leg and you're going to be a stump. And you're going to be in a wheelchair because you have a bug bite on your leg.
It's like a perfect circle.
Where is this going, Jer?
It's not as red as a lot of the pictures I spent the last half hour.
He keeps describing. Just show us then. Just show us.
Oh God!
Like in the center, but
Time is a flat
it's
corner,
rare that.
boys.
I don't know if
okay, so he's showing us. Whoa, he's gonna lose his leg. It's over, buddy.
That's bad.
It's done. It's done,
bad.
bro. That's the alpha gall tick, buddy. That's clear as day. Either that or a brown recluse spider got him and his flesh is necrotizing. But he denies that there is a brown recluse.
I've never seen that before. That's crazy.
Because it's the way it's
autofocused. Are you going to be amputated? Yeah, I'd be scared too. I'd go to the doctor immediately if I saw that. Like that's an instant. Okay,
It's
and then the
over, buddy.
That's a walk-in at
It's
least.
his diabetes, buddy. It's not going to heal right. That's what it is.
Not great.
100% death rate.
It could be nothing.
No, that is something. You don't just wake up with that.
You become only use me blade, buddy. You've got leg holes. It's rotting. It's over.
Is the whole thing red, or is it clearly a dot in the center?
It's brown and purple, like
with a red circle around it. It's a circle with a red dot in the center.
It's over. It's never been this over for Jer.
I don't know.
He'll never recover. Like, imagine this is your show.
Is he gonna zoom in?
I don't know if you can see it.
He's zooming in.
Probably not. It's because it's glare, and if I put it close to the camera, it'll be out of focus.
How about you just upload it to the internet? Just put it on Twitter.
All right, well, show the leg.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Please.
You
It's
just
probably
showed us
nothing,
this.
but don't take chances. Yeah, I mean, if it's just a tick, it's fine. It's whatever. You know, I'll get Lyme disease and go crazy.
Yeah.
How much worse can it be?
That's true.
I mean, he's already in cognitive decline. He's in germinal decline. He's declined in a lot of different ways. He's become Jer Biden. He's right. He's like, well, brain eating Lyme. It's okay.
Okay. There's no way this is.
No, sorry, low tier.
Oh, wow. Hunch Bomberman 64
For 5,000 kicks, says hello, Casino, long-time observer, first-time donator. Are you aware of Among Us 2026 on Paramount Plus? No.
Yeah,
Although it stars
I showed
Randall Park. Did you?
With Deborah Wilson, remember?
It runs circles around indie animation. Oh, it's the video game where there's sauce.
Yeah.
Would make good Gumroad content too. Rekieta, only Joker I hate, piece of shit over Vic and starved his kids. Keep felting if possible. We're going to be talking about him here shortly. 3, Andy, what sets Kazero apart from other OP bastards?
Listen, I don't want to spend 30 minutes discussing this topic.
We got dramatic discussion for 5,000 kicks. Says maybe it's not alpha gal or worse, but a girl can dream. Suffragette. And we got Platystein for 10 subs.
Let's
Raw
go.
sauce bro for 5. DSP is bald, says, I've never had a tick in me. Please tell me he removed all of the tick and didn't leave his head in there. We don't live in the 14th century, Jer. Well, he's going to talk about how he took a knife to his leg in a minute.
Okay. By the way, two Hunch Bomberman 64. I'll do a One Piece Who's OP local stream one day. How about that? Me and Psycho. Okay. Kazuru is pretty strong though with the light. Thank you, Platystein, too. Appreciate you. Let's go. Big support.
I'm not going to post it on Twitter so you can put it on the farms and everyone can...
Okay, hold on. Okay, but you just showed us the picture.
Yes.
So now you're concerned that it's going to be posted on Kiwi Farms. Like, I hate to tell you this, but it was already posted on Kiwi Farms the moment you showed us your phone screen. So, like, what are we doing here exactly? Like, this is Jeremy.
Why talk about it?
I know.
Go see a doctor and shut the up. Like, bro,
what he did, by the way, is just confirm that the Kiwi Farms lives rent-free in his mind and that he seethes about it all the time and lets it dictate his behavior of what he does or doesn't do. But he already showed it. So he may as well post it directly to Kiwi Farms himself, and probably they'll figure out what it is fast. I bet.
Laugh. I've had many tick bites. That's not a tick bite. You can't see it.
But then why did you show us?
I'm not worried. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's worry about the impending crusades. I don't know.
It's not going to be a crusade.
If you catch Lymes in the first 21 days, antibiotics work. Okay. Well, I mean, it's in a spot.
Dude, you just said you weren't going to talk about this, man.
That it's like I would have seen it. Like I saw it right away this morning, which means it happened overnight. You know?
You don't know that.
So it's got to be, you know, it happened yesterday or something like that. There's a small red dot in the middle, but I dug around in it with a knife and there was nothing in there.
What? He dug around in there with a knife.
What the fuck?
So he might have like infected the wound. Oh just taking a knife to his. Like that's insane. I hope he
put alcohol over it. Like what the fuck is?
Man, buddy, he heated it up with a lighter to sterilize it, and then jabbed a burning knife into his leg wound, into his bug bite, buddy.
So if there was a tick in there, it's not in there anymore. This isn't like an emergency room thing. My wife is on it right now. She just called the pharmacy, so she might be able just to go get it for me.
How long was this segment, by the way?
This was the entire show. The entire 14 minutes was this.
Oh, it's only because then the dog thing. Yeah.
Well, you'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. People have been getting bit by ticks for a long time. Not everyone gets Lyme's disease, and not everyone.
It's Lyme.
Oh
gets
man,
alpha-gal and all that
it's
stuff.
Lyme
so hopefully
disease.
It's just a regular bite.
Fuck. But you've just been telling everybody in the audience to be afraid because they're going to get Lyme disease and they're going to get alpha-gal or whatever the okay? But now, like, when it's you and you're telling everybody, oh, guys, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, guys. Don't worry, guys. It's not a big deal. Then why are you telling us about it if it's not a big deal? You know what? I honestly think there was no tick, and that may not even have been his actual bite. Like, it's some other picture that he looked up on the internet that he's showing on his phone.
It's blurry.
At that point, yeah, but like, why wouldn't you just post it on Twitter then? Because he knows it'll be found out as a fraud, and he's just trying to farm sympathy. That's what this is.
And on it, well, I was thinking Windex.
He's gonna put Windex.
Methylene blue. Yep, blast it with that.
I'm sure. Yeah. Crystal blue. Persuade.
Here we go.
Oh no, Huck's having a seizure. Oh my god.
That's sad.
Hold on a second.
Oh my god.
Mute it. Mute your mic.
Heather. So he immediately just starts screaming for his wife to solve it. Heather! Heather, fix it! Heather!
You will see.
My wife's not going to bail me out.
I'll see you guys later. I'll be back.
Look at him there. Oh my God.
I want to think that he's lying, but I did hear a noise, so maybe it's true.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. So now, so this is the thing. We'll take him at his word.
Sure.
That his dog did have a legitimate seizure.
Which is sad. Yeah.
Which is really sad and scary, right? But then Jer turns this into an opportunity to grift when he comes back.
There's no way.
Yeah, he's going to grift off of his dog's seizure.
Okay, so this is the 2 o'clock show?
Yeah.
Okay, so 14 minutes, 9 a.m. show, comes back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What sort of actually? There's the Zin in his mouth.
He's got Zin in his mouth all the time.
He's Zin like chewing on that Zin, and it's just going to make his anxiety so much worse, bro.
Zin. This can't be real. Is this how it started?
This is how the show started.
Is this after the intro?
Yeah. Well, it's okay. So here's the thing, Paul. Okay. So this is why I said on the first one, watch what happens. I thought it was on that first show. So what happens here, this is before the intro. So Jer thinks the intro is playing. That's why he's opening his mouth and showing the Zin. But in fact, the intro is not playing. And we're just watching Jer. He's on a hot mic, hot camera, Philip style. Doesn't know. We're lucky we didn't catch him or something, right? The camera was on the whole time. So it was like 30 seconds of this where he's staring into the camera before the intro actually starts. He then realizes, the camera was on the whole time, and then begins the countdown timer. Okay.
By the way, that's a terrible background, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It was just complete AI slop. Just total garbage.
Is it looping? Wait, did that loop?
It is. And so then, okay, so it goes all the way into, it counts down the 5 minutes. Then Walmart is Racist starts. Okay?
Okay.
So then all of Walmart is Racist starts playing. Then it ends. Right? Then this one loops in. And then finally,
Today
we get Jer saying, hey.
we back. We good.
What a day.
Wait, look at his exhale. You could feel the pain. Watch.
You really can.
What a like that was.
Oh,
Day.
no.
And it's only Tuesday. So.
It's in fact Wednesday. So he doesn't even know what day it is. He's so shook. So rattled, bro.
All right, we're back after medical emergency this morning. Hope we're doing well.
Yeah.
Hope we're doing well. Well,
Sorry
tell us.
about the late start and then the end of the stream, but
Yeah, so he was an hour late and then ended the stream after
had a
like
seizure
15
and
minutes.
Yeah, he's like
His
I gotta
dog
take
had
care
a
of him.
seizure. He was bitten by a tick. This is
you
the
know.
most disastrous stream day ever.
yeah, dude. This is bad.
anyone else who can just do that, on the spot. So
What?
So that was a passive aggressive attack on his wife where he's like, yeah, I just don't have anybody that can take my wife to the vet on the spot. So I had to do it.
Vet? You said a wife.
That's what he said, bro. That's what he
who
said.
can just do that.
No, I'm just
on the
gaslighting
spot.
and try and cover up my chair.
I'm like, wait, am I right? Did I not hear that?
He's good though.
I should start doing what you did.
Now?
I always admit to my fault immediately.
He's good. Everything's good.
It would be his wife's boyfriend because he's a bull to the vet. That would make more sense.
Wait, what day is it?
It's the vet bull. He doesn't even know what day it is. He's like, what day is it?
What day it is?
Wednesday.
When you have to ask what day it is, you're truly felt. Look at him there, man.
What day is it?
I thought it was Tuesday.
Drugs are bad.
How
Okay.
do returns
Shouldn't
affect
take
you?
drugs.
Well, it's okay.
So the guy in the chat bought the Kona coffee and is now saying he has to return it. But he's like, bro, like, I don't want to f you over. Like, how does the return affect you? So now Jer is going to try and talk this guy out of returning the coffee.
Why does he want to
his
return
dog's
it?
illness? Because it didn't taste good.
Fair.
I mean,
This has to be a troll. I mean, like, who orders coffee for like $20 and has to return it?
Probably, yeah.
Like, you'd be like, sometimes you just go, I'll take the loss.
So Super Shibuya Fighter's talking about he was able to confirm Mel's necklace is 100% peg, and we did that in the last segment. I know exactly the post you're talking about. I cribbed it verbatim and showed that. You may have just come in late, but yeah, we did do that.
Let's go.
the money goes away, and you can't return food, so it just goes in the dumpster.
Oh, he's guilting. He's guilt tripping. It's gonna go in the dumpster, dude, and I'm not gonna get the money.
Like, I don't want you to keep it just so I don't lose the money.
It's 50 cents. Relax. Right?
Get what you
right?
want. It's just, if you return it, I won't be able to afford Huck's seizure medicine, and he's going to have more seizures.
But he just did have...
That's...
Soon.
Bro! He just had a seizure this morning, you piece of shit. Bring it back. He's like, no, if you return it, then I won't be able to afford my dog's seizure medication, Oh!
I won't be able to afford Huck's seizure medicine, and he's going to have more seizures, but that's okay.
Are you...
No, it's okay if you don't want my dog to use medicine.
Are you fist?
You can return the coffee.
Now,
just,
in fairness, I think he is joking,
Yeah,
but like...
of course.
But
the
he
seizure
though?
just happened.
No, but it's
3
not
hours
like
ago.
it's your
not
dog.
like it was like last month.
What the f is is wrong with you? You know, like,
Huck will have more seizures. That's okay. Maybe the next one will be the big one, but that's
what?
Okay, bro, that's not good. That's not good,
Did you hear
bro.
That? Maybe the next one's the big one.
This is the big one, and my dog's gonna die. You know, I can't afford the medication. I'm poor, so I don't know.
Someone told me the medication, by the way, is like $14 a month on Twitter. $14.99.
It's definitely not a mosquito. Let's get to the news because we've, already started
done
late.
Nothing all day. Yeah, I know.
Vamping, all that kind of stuff.
Vamping. What kind of verb is that?
Huck's already started late. Vamping, all that kind of stuff.
Vamping.
Huck's good.
He's an energy vampire.
Yeah, like vampire? Like what?
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, he's vampire.
Van camping? I don't think it was that. It's a gay thing they're saying. It's a jazz term for freestyling, apparently.
Right.
He's good.
Sounds like some cock shit.
You learn something.
Do you see he's like fingering his neck fat fold here? Do you see this? Like he's playing the neck fat instrument. Like he's like guitar riffing on
I
it.
never heard vamping. No.
Look at what is he doing? Look at that. You see that? He's like, why are you doing that? That's fucked. Like,
he's
self-soothing his anxiety attack. Like he's aggressively his neck.
My outside barn.
The nussy. Well, aren't all barns outside? Like
my neck hurts too because
oh god,
they're pull start. So you're just like
his neck. His neck hurts because he had to pull on his lawnmower to start it, and that threw his neck out of whack. It's like, are you 100 years old, sire? Like. From a pull start, boys.
They don't put a longer cord on those pull starts.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's bad for the engine or whatever, but like, worried about the return. I don't mind eating the cost. Are you sure you have a local firehouse? Oh yeah, you could donate it. Yeah.
No, what the fucking
just listen, anything other than returning this coffee. Bro, you got to donate this to your local firefighter. That's what he said. You got to donate it.
The firefighter's going to see an open package of coffee? What are they going to... You can't drink an open coffee bag?
Like who fucking knows what could be? It could be tampered with. You know what I mean? Are you going to go take it to the thrift store? Like, or the food bank? It's already open. You're not going to accept that.
Go to your local firehouse.
I love how it's just so bad. It's just complete garbage that like he just refuses to drink it, even if he got the refund.
Listen, anything but me drinking it. Anything.
Be cool too.
I like how he's like local firehouse. Like they live in like a village or something. Like, you know? Dude, stop. Jared's an idiot.
All right, shut up, Jeremy. Let's get to the serious story.
Yeah, shut the up. It's time to shut up, Jared.
I can't handle this.
I'm going to record this as a segment too, so I'm going to have to try to dance around some words.
Just wait.
Okay.
Just start the show, please.
You know, even he's telling himself that, and then he doesn't. So now, rather than starting the show and doing the news article, he's now going to preamble about how he's going to be about this news article where he can't say, and he's going to explain to us why he can't say, but then entitle the video "The Epidemic." So I don't really know. Like, this was insane, really,
dude.
So give me a break. Like,
no.
I'll get it out before the segment because it's important that it reaches the most people possible. So I have to kind of dance around the words. You know.
By the way, he means the subject matter.
Yeah.
But then the video on YouTube is called "The Epidemic."
Yeah, I know. It's like, it's really important. It reaches the most people. I mean, what he's actually concerned about is the monetization.
Frying me, dude. He's frying me right now.
I know.
I actually feel like drunk watching Jared. It's crazy.
Some of the more just graphic stuff,
Wait, stop.
I'm going to leave out of the segment so that hopefully more people can see it.
Hopefully more children can see the
Yeah. By the way, allegedly he has editors, right? Couldn't you do the segment saying on Rumble and then have the editors bleep it out and people can fill in the blank? Like, no, eh?
I need more families to watch.
I know. This is actually twisted, isn't it? Like, this is, I think, one of the better Jer segments out there, honestly. Like,
it's so funny.
If that makes sense.
No, it does.
I want to try to find this.
The family-friendly rape segment.
Okay.
It's just a wholesome family-friendly rape segment.
And how about Tommy Robinson?
How about him?
How about Tommy Robinson?
Yeah, how about him?
Yeah, how about him? He's on his phone. He's just completely checked out. Completing the sentence, and he just goes, you know.
Yeah. So this. So don't spaz out because I'm not saying rape. Or.
But Andy, can you please pull up this video again? Because he does this whole like cope session for like 10 minutes about how he can't say right. And then the title of the video is The Crisis. And it says the Gang Inquiry Report on the thumbnail.
Where? Oh, right there. Wait, they censored?
It's blurred, but then you put in the title.
These
This is crazy, bro. The American media is dead silent. Oh my god. Oh god. You actually.
It's gonna make it to YouTube Kids, I'm pretty sure. I think it'll.
The iPad kids are gonna be watching this.
Yeah, YouTube allows you only one. It's like a PG-13 movie gets one. So he chose the title for it. So parents know to put on the video called The Crisis to watch it with their kids, that it's family friendly. For sure.
I'm actually gonna
or giving the gory details. That
I'm not going to describe the rape. Thanks,
that I've ever seen. Getting into the details of this will change you. Now, in this segment, I'm going to try to keep it somewhat family friendly.
What? There's no way to make a video about the crisis family friendly. It's the crisis.
You gotta. Hey guys, this is how.
Oh man,
this is how his video starts. By the way, Ash, this is Jer's video
on the crisis. Children with beer bottles. Jer's segment family friendly. Like, what's the child friendly special on the child rape crisis? Like, holy fuck, man. I just imagine it being done as like one of those like drug PSAs with like the Ninja Turtles and all the cartoon. Now, thinking, kids, this is why rape is cowabunga uncool, Mikey.
The Fat Albert N-word episode, remember that?
Oh my god!
My cat. I try to keep it family friendly. There's some mentions of in there, but if I can't keep it family friendly, then I can't reach the families.
Did you hear that? If he can't keep it family friendly, he can't reach the families.
Kids, maybe it's time to watch.
Hey, kids, gather around. It's time for the crisis video by the quartering. Oh boy, the crisis. Like, maybe there are some things that kids shouldn't have to worry about, and they should just be allowed to be kids and not be constantly obsessed with politics and being outraged every second of their lives from cradle to grave.
I've been holding in a piss for an hour.
Upon a star, you may wonder where you are.
I've been holding it abyss for an hour. This is gonna make me lose it, dude.
Which is, obviously the goal
Daddy,
here.
Tell me a bedtime story. I want the crisis one, Daddy. Tell it again. Tell it again.
Piss my pants, bro. This is crazy.
250,000 young white girls.
Okay, Jared, go ahead. The 250,000 young white girls. Go ahead.
Want to hear about how 250 young white women?
The $250,000. It's a $250,000 once again. Hold on. He's gonna tell us though. This is family friendly. Get ready for this family friendly moment. Brought to you by Jer.
No, I can't.
Bring it back. And then we piss here. Let me finish this.
He goes, we need families to watch this. One of these girls got raped. I'm gonna piss myself. I gotta pee, man. Okay, I'll run.
Listen
I'm gonna hold it. Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Which is, obviously the goal here. 250,000 young white girls raped anally.
Hold on, let it go.
Viciously.
They were anally. Okay, you gotta let him finish this. You gotta bring it back. They were all of them were anally, by the way.
I need a bottle.
No,
which is, obviously the goal here. 250,000 young white girls raped anally, viciously, with glass bottles as young as 6 years old.
Glass bottles.
Oh, my back.
So his back hurts.
I can't.
Every single woman in the UK was anally with broken beer bottles, according to the chair.
I gotta go for 1 second, guys.
All right, I'm gonna go piss too. We'll be back. We'll be back.
My time away. Wednesday, overfed and full. Thursday, oh, here comes the bull. Friday comes and I feel bad. Weekdays have been oh so sad. Monday stream, I start the show. There's one thing I gotta know. How was your weekend? Tell me, how did your weekend go?
The family-friendly anal rape with a broken beer bottle.
I pissed on my seat because I was laughing, standing, pissing. I just couldn't hold it.
It was insane.
That was maybe
it was crazy, bro.
I've ever seen, I think, ever on the show. Did we go back and just watch
Mr. Morrow's gonna review the Crisis ride at Disney World next. Disney presents The Crisis, a Walt Disney Imagineering production. wow, it's almost like these animatronic women getting with beer bottles are super realistic. Disney really outdid themselves this time. It's a small raft, or it's just all these different migrants, women, like all the different third world cultures of the world, and they're all just British women. Oh my god! He's got one on like a magic carpet. And he's like witch doctor, like eating like human skulls.
Rape. Getting by a Muslim man in the streets. Bottles in your ass, blood comes
broken off,
broken glass.
Like what the?
Bottles in your ass, broken glass. I'm bleeding out of my cum.
Family friendly, then
whole new rape.
I can't reach the families, which is, you know, obviously the goal here. 250,000 young white girls.
But the story's not funny at all.
No, it's not. It's awful. It's awful.
Of what
we're making fun of Jeremy and not the horrific anally of 250,000 women with beer bottles.
It goes without
saying. I wasn't aware they were all with beer bottles up the ass.
It goes without
the way that he said that, though, is so.
I actually.
How much?
That's the funniest I've ever laughed. Again, the story's so horrible, but the family friendliness of it, like, is
the worst part is the Muslims being haram by drinking the beer. They're just buying cases of beer to just pour it out and sodomize white women with the broken beer bottles.
I saw a funny one.
The hypocrisy of it all.
Prince Ali, rapist is he? Alia blah.
Guys, the worst part of all of this is, what if there's a backlash against Muslims? That's the worst part of all, guys. Think of if there's a backlash against innocent and peaceful Muslims because a bunch of Muslims were gang people with broken beer bottles. The horror of it all.
Jeez.
With glass bottles as young as 6 years old.
What do you mean? What the I missed that part. Jared,
sore.
The family friendly, like, I can't even say it. That's Jared. Like, what are we doing?
Jared needs to be locked up, dude.
The families need to hear this now.
Ash,
do they though?
I think that's the hardest I ever laughed on the show. Like actually.